I don't know what happened to our original stream. I think it got cut off. So I came back on. Here we are. I can't believe that even happened. We started earlier. I don't know how much you missed. I think the internet got in the way for a moment. But we are good to go now. We are on board. No results. Oh, that's right. Okay, welcome back. I am here. We are ready to roll. I don't know what happened to that previous one. Why did it fall off? I have no idea. Okay, folks, make sure you like the video. Welcome back. This is ModernaExcels, Happy Healer Lover with MoneyMantics. We are at 385.77, and I do believe we're going to have a good day today. It's at 387 now. We are growing. We have calls that are already making money, and that's great. It feels good because we picked up more at the bottom. That's what we've been doing. That's been working out for us lately, not trying to buy and get into the opposite direction. That becomes a disaster real quick, and at least that's how it's been working out for us. And let me see what happened with this earlier video. That bothers me because I have no idea why that did that. We're at 386.50, 35, something like that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and see what happened on this morning video. What happened? Make sure you guys are keeping those folks honest over on the boards. They're really consequential, so make sure we keep that up. And I'll be going there too more often because I've allowed myself to get a little, busy on my own channel, and I don't think about that stuff that's going on over there. But yeah, we came on this morning. It lasted for exactly 27 seconds and then cut out, and I don't know why. My internet must have had a temporary disconnect, which is unfortunate because I was going at the moment, but I guess you couldn't hear me. We had some good things to say too. We're at 389. We're going to come back, folks. Don't you worry. We're coming back. Keep that positive energy going. We picked up some earlier calls. Now, all of that's great news for us. The only thing we didn't do is pick up enough, as it turns out. And if you're on from the greater channel networks all over the MoneyMantics Brands of Passion channels, starting tomorrow, we'll be coming back down just to the financial channels that are on this channel's subject, where we'll be remaining. So if you are on one of those larger, greater network channels, and if you are based on the name of the channel, and so if it's not about finance, then you're likely not going to see this. And if you like this content, make sure you go to either on YouTube, ModernaExcels. We also have another channel coming up called MoneyMantics, but it's not up yet. And on Facebook, we're in other areas too, but on Facebook, we have another channel called just go at MoneyMantics. Very simple. At MoneyMantics. And all the Happy Healer main channels, it'll also air there, because anything with your Happy Healer Me airs there. And then it gets channel specific from there. That's how we deal with it, because there's a lot of problems with people having their channels erased and etc., and that kind of deals with it for us. Let's see how the crypto market's doing amidst all of this other crazy stuff. There might be a rollover, and if so, we'll be benefiting from that. And we'll see how that turns out. Right now, the crypto markets are actually not that impressed with, well, let's see, from 9:30 till now, it didn't move really. So it's non-consequential, as it turns out. Yeah, we're gonna find our point today, and I think come up. I think it's gonna be important though to pick up calls at least on some of these dips. If you want, it's up to you. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is what I'm doing. I'm completely transparent, and I'm sharing with you my thoughts. Could they go opposite? Sure they could. I mean, we live in greed hell. I remind folks of that. We're focused on the positive view, but when it's all boiled down, we still live in greed hell. And so greed hell has a lot of negative attributes, and it's for us to overcome those negative attributes to realize a better version of life, of living and doing. And that's what we do. So they knocked it down to 382. We brought it right on back up, right on into 390. Now we're playing around 388 almost. We'll get there. Just have faith. Give us some time. We're only at 953. This is not us going down like they said. This is us taking their pressure and bouncing back. And once we get our, let's see where our volume is right now. Because I predict once our volume settles down more, it's already coming up at 231K. So imagine what's going to happen if it settles down more. And it's trending up. And guess what the bears are saying? Manipulation. Dude, it's not manipulation going up. This is worth more than it's currently at. It's manipulation when it's going down. And if you're a fool that believes the lies of the hedge funds and their bunches of little buddies that run around on Webull, we know that they're from the hedge funds. This has been documented. They are coming on Webull. Webull happens to be consequential in the market because there's a lot of retail investors there. All the retail investors from all the platforms go back to Webull to talk about their specific stock in real time with other investors who are putting money on it. That's a fact. I don't know why these other, platforms haven't caught up with that. I guarantee you in the future they will. But right now, it's all about Webull. And you see their FUD all over. But it doesn't matter because what does this company always do? This company comes back. Money-wise, you make money. And that's what's important to realize. So we're at 390 and a half. These fudsters did their best to knock it down, and we bought it up. And, that's the way we do it. That's how we make it work. And I think that really the bulls are showing their charge right now. And I don't think that the bears are liking it very much. You might want to check up on them and make sure they're not trying to fudster their way past all this. Because this is the truth working out. This is the truth reflecting upon their lies. I don't think they like it so much. And we're going to keep pushing until we realize our true and honest value, not the one they put on us. And our call that we picked up earlier is doing well, helping to balance things out, and we're just going up right now. So this is the market. It's one of those days. Welcome to it. And unfortunately, we had a problem with the cast this morning when it went off and then broke apart. I don't know. I think I went through some consequential moments talking to dead air. And so sorry about that. And I think it also affected... Yeah, I know. It's a crazy morning, Jason. I think that it affected the general view of how many people are on board with us this morning. But we're doing well, all in all, I think. And we have a pretty good number of people on board, considering ModernaExcels is our main channel for this kind of content. And it's not doing so well. I think it's because we fell off. So I'm going to go ahead and put some messages in. That's our little fall. That's our little dip right there. So we'll come back from that. The bears are just trying their hardest to knock this thing down. Look at all that FUD. Drop it like it's hot. Look at all this FUD. Are you guys going to allow that? Hey, it's over, boys. Calls are destroyed. It's should drop to 350. Do you think that's natural? Look at this. There's no drift. Drop to 350. Jump in a lake. That's not what it's doing. Go find a big, deep lake and go jump in it. Going down to 350, going down to 250, going down to 300. This is the same stuff they were saying on earnings day when it rose and when it maintained its value. And then shortly after when it skyrocketed to 500. Let's keep the FUD and shove it, because that's costing people their ability to make money on this stock. And so say what you want. I don't believe it. Keep your FUD to yourself. Oh man, I'm going to go ahead and do this a different way. I'm going to write my messages here and transfer them. It always works better that way. Because these fudsters, they criticize everything. Because they don't have facts. They have to criticize everything. They're working with nothing. So the only thing to do in that case is criticize everything. So let's get back to where we were. I'm not going to do that. We're just going to maintain a visual on this chart. Yeah, we're going up still. That's all that matters. And let's go ahead and talk to these fudsters. No worries, folks. Have power. Have that strength. Yeah. And I'm going to be having good words for them. Going up. Same thing happened on Tuesday. I bet you the market's having problems right now. Whenever you see Moderna going up, it may or may not, because it'll go up whether the market's having problems or not. Quite frankly, it's just the way it happens. We'll call them fraudsters too. Alright, that's good. We did enough. They're fudsters. And they're shorties. That's what they are. So you got to call them what they are. Alright, we'll copy that. We'll send it over to the phone. Let's go. And that's how we do messages these days. We don't play around. There you go. Send it out. Those comments are going to kill the hell out of these people. Because unlike them playing around in the little shitty app, I have a better way. I always have a better way. Because I'm your happy healer lover. Oh yeah. And we're going to knock this through the ballpark. I was telling you that when it was in the 80s. Don't you worry, kids. We got the facts behind us. Fudsters, I tell you. Fudsters. So the next one we're going to say to these fudsters. Okay. And I type pretty fast, so they're in trouble because I have every talent it needs to make this thing happen. And guess what? We're watching and looking at the facts, and we're not getting all crazy because we're comfortable in our facts. They don't have facts, so they get worried. They worry because they're wrong. All right, this next one's going to be good. Go there to see it and like it. And you know what? They're not going to like it, but I bet you will. This is the truth coming back on them. All right, fudsters, watch out. The truth is coming for you. Don't you like that? All this from my van. These guys can't compete. They're sitting in their air-conditioned rooms. They can't compete with your happy healer lover. They guess the market. They get it wrong. They have thousands on stake. It's just retarded. Why do they do that? Why do they do that? Make sure you like your comment. Sure as hell these guys, there's so many people. They're so upset about, oh my God, it's the manipulation. Oh my God, what's going to happen? Yeah, fudster. Just call them fudsters. That'll get on them after a while, watch. Just keep calling them fudsters. They have no credibility. You don't have anything backing what you say, yet you take everybody into a dark hallway. You have no idea to explain why you're there. Fudsters. Yep. So we'll keep sending some truth over to the comments. I said we were going to do that today. It's really important. Remember, crouch to jump. You got to tolerate movement in this, okay? We're at 391, doing good. All right, we're good. Let's send off another one. They're gonna love my comments about. They love those comments, don't they? All right. That's because they're full of FUD. That is the idea, my brother. All right. There you go. And that's why I do that, because guess what? That looks really good. We're going to look top-notch, and they're going to look stupid. And that's because that's all they're out. That's what Webull is. It's a competition of dick size, and without knowing the facts, it's retarded. And so we'll just go ahead and keep talking about the facts. So I think that 390 will begin to be our next floor, where we continue to grow from there, a little bit like yesterday. But except I think we have further advantage today in a lot of ways. I'm going to be keeping an eye on the market on my other phone here and my devices. So we'll keep things nice. And yeah, the SPY is going, where's the SPY at? Technically it's 339, which means it's going up, it's moving, the market's stepping up. So actually I think Moderna would be flying high if it didn't. So the Moderna is a very individual, unique stock right now. And we're reading it. And, I almost, like I was saying earlier, prefer the market for Moderna at least. When it crashes, Moderna's flying. And so that's my belief. And I see that often. And I also see often when the volume goes down. I mean, it's so unlike other stocks. When the volume, like now, it's going down a bit. That's when you start seeing the skeleton crew from Moderna show up. Oops, geez, get over. And the more it goes down, the more firm you'll see that up movement if it's anything like what we've been seeing. And it has been pretty consistent. So we'll continue keeping an eye on that. Time now is 10:10. Anything above 390, I'm feeling pretty good about things. And, so we're close on that mark. But I don't think that, 89 or 85 even is a concern. I think it's all stuff we come back from. We got a nice long day left ahead of us today. It didn't turn out to be a 9:45 day, but that would have been nice. Had we kicked up to, 210 and then, then did all this. But that didn't happen. And that's okay. The market's still going to come up eventually. That's what it's doing now. It's you could see the strength of the purchase side there. That's really good. The sellers are pulling their prices up, making the buyers meet them at higher places. Remember, that's how to look at that. The red on the book is better. The green on the book means you're getting screwed if you're a bull. So try to remember that. That's the way it works. And I don't think they like my comments so much. They prefer when they're all over the... They like it, my comments, when they can, talk smack about them. See, so we're coming up, and they're not going to be able to talk smack about my comments because they're going to be right on board. They're going to be talking about the truth, just like this truth right here. You know what? We'll be starting a Discord shortly. That's a very good question, and we're very consistent in what we're doing. So really, that's what we should be doing. And yes, to the answer, we'll be starting a Discord. Thank you for asking. Period. It's a good question. Okay. And that's what we do, baby. That's what we do. And that's the way we're going to take it. We're just not going to hand over victory because the bears think it's the right thing for them so they can make money. Sorry. Get on the bull side if you want to make money, especially if it's Moderna. We believe in that company, and it's undervalued right now. They walk around saying it's overvalued. They have no case to make. They don't have any facts to back that. They don't even try. They just come out and say overvalued. Unbelievable. And in those short words, they mislead people who know no different, who were attracted to this stock because of the movement, because of the hope, because of Delta or the COVID or other reasons. But they are not given true information by these fudsters. So these are people who we want to offer our view of things so that they get a chance to see that. And they're coming from all over the market, not just Webull. Remember that. And you've seen it got over 394 already, staying in that 390 balance, getting up to 393. It's making positive progress. And then you look and see, this thing is going to go today. I think we're in good shape. I'm feeling really good about things. I hope you are too. Now it's going to rise above the previous peak, and we're on our way. Give me a high five. And I'm looking at the SPY just as I look at on my left, I look at Moderna, and on my right, I'm looking at SPY. Because I want to see the connections, and I always do that. So when these fudsters come out and start saying things and it's inaccurate, it's for us to fix that. There's nobody else there to fix it. And guess what? The ones perpetrating it all, it's the short sellers, man. It's the Citadels, and it's those companies. I'm telling you, they have agents in Webull chat, and it's been known and caught. The same thing in Reddit forums and other places. Now, I don't go into Reddit forums, but it's happening over there too. I'm not a big fan of pump and dump. I like to get behind companies, help raise them up to new heights, and build America up. Sometimes they jump on our stock and things raise, okay, fine. But the fact of the matter is, we're going somewhere, and that's why they're here with us, not because of any other reason. And Moderna is going to be able to get back to its $500 number, and then it'll make to $650. The question is always just a matter of when. And these guys think it's going down. They have no information, and that proves it right there. You see how they get quiet? Watch how they get quiet with their big mouths costing lots of people lots of money. You can't trust these know-nothing bears who are nothing more than short sellers. There you go. And add to the other comments. Don't just make your own. Add to theirs. Oh yeah, if it's a bear, you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. I challenge you to bring some facts on that. If it's a bull, just get behind them, whatever they say, because the fact of the matter is they're in the right direction. And that's how we do that. That's how we do our side when it comes to playing our role in this Fudster program that the bears are putting on. And so each time our bottom becomes higher, our bottom becomes higher, and our top becomes higher too. And we're looking for that to continue. That's a good thing. It's ever so slightly higher, but it is higher. And what we're looking for is a breakout, and I do think it's coming. It's holding up. The more the volume drops, the more it gets to that skeleton crew that knows its value. And so don't worry about volume drop. At least I'm not worried about it. Nope, not worried. I'm just looking at that stock price and saying, let's not let the bottom fall out. I am worried about short sellers and those who assist them. Unbelievable people. I don't know why they get on that side, especially when they know, there's people who have studied this stock and they explain it, and they just don't have open ears. I'm not talking about the robots. I'm talking about the actual, bears who are listening to these robots that are coming from, or individual agents, however you see it, coming from the citadels, because that's not what we are supposed to be doing, folks. We're supposed to be smarter than that as a people. And so let's hope that we are. And so our bottoms again, let's see, it should be coming up from here. I suspect things get a little bit quiet. It feels like it's like, are you on? Wake up. Yeah, we're at 391.56. And yeah, I like where things are. You see things are pointing up. So let's just continue on that direction. We're good. And bears are screaming, manipulation. I mean, what? A stock only goes up when people believe in it and buy it up. What are you talking about? Manipulation by people that are lovers and care and want to see it go up? Get out of here. Manipulation because the short sellers aren't trying hard enough? Get out of here. What you better watch out for is Moderna. These short sellers been going a little too wild on a very hot stock, and their bill is getting larger. That's what we've seen. These are the facts. In fact, let's take a picture of that and make it as a comment. Oh wait, let's do that again. We're gonna clean it up. We only have a day to cover. Okay, that's good. Hopefully when I retrieve that picture, you don't see my wiener. Alright, let me go ahead and make a comment here. Okay. Let's go ahead and get that in the comment section. All right. Remember, if it dips below 390, that's okay. It'll come back, I believe. But we don't want to see that, so let's keep pushing. Good deal. Good deal, Jason. Everybody is doing their job. Perfecto mundo. There it is. Out the door. And, yep. There it is sitting there. I'm going to go ahead and like it. And I'll go ahead and step to the side. Because it's going to rock, it's going to roll. And so, we'll rock and roll with it. We're at 391. I like that. I like it a lot. We're not just going to lay over and die on this thing. We're going to do our best to support our stock. Because we got a lot of fudsters out there, man. And, you know, it starts with the agents and then it builds from there. And so, you know, we can't allow that. 391.78 and building. That's what we see. We see a step up, and we're going to continue seeing that step up, I believe. The fight will continue to last, but the more the volume settles down to those core, you know, those core Moderna fighters, forget about it. Then I think we're going to start rising up again. We already are. So that's that. And we're not even down on our core fighters yet. We're getting those short. And, oh, I forgot to put that picture in. We got to do it again. We got to do it again. We'll do the picture first. Damn, I forgot to put the picture in. Can you believe that? Where do you share the picture at? Did they take that away? Wait a second here. Hold on. Where do you share the picture at? Can't get out of this. Let's see. Kill it. Get back in. I forgot to put the picture in there. No, oh, wrong one. AMC's having troubles. Alright, there we go. Alright. That's what I meant to say. Alright, and on the other one, it's probably getting more and more likes. No, it's, yeah, the other one did get a few likes, but I'm going to remove that actually. Okay, now we got the right one up there with the picture. That's what I wanted. Okay, cool, good enough. We're at 391.58, fighting that fight, baby. So let's go ahead, let's roll. Time to roll some heads. Let's get down to our skeleton crew. Keep yourself going. Keep yourself with nutrition. Don't forget to feed yourself. Don't wear yourself out. Just like your happy healer. I'm not going to wear myself out. And you know what? I'm going to work on getting more sleep so that I'm this person rather than the one that's too tired. Because I work so hard in the background to put on good information to be queued up. And I'm out there a lot, and MoneyMantics demands a lot from me. And that's really such a heart's passion of mine. And then I get sleepy and I come on anyway. But, you know, it's fights like these that do wear you out because, you know, you have so much money on all sides at stake. And then we have good people that believed in the bear side because of the FUD and all the crap. It doesn't need to be that way. And they get caught up and hurt, and the bulls get caught up and hurt, and where are the winners? You know, I don't like that. I really wish that people were looking at the facts so we can all get on the right page. I think that'll be the subject of my next comment. What happened, Fudsters? It was supposed to go down to 350. You know, that's taunting and can come back to haunt, but it's exactly how you spell them out to be what they are. And you know what? That bothers them a lot. And the Fudsters, just say Fudster and walk away. That'll bother them a lot. Because everything that's coming out of their mouth is fear, uncertainty, and doubt, followed by no facts. You know what? I'm going to put the screen up where I'm typing so you can see. Because I'm doing a lot of that today. So we'll just go ahead and give you this version of the screen for now. How can I improve that? Let's see. I think what we'll do. Yeah, you got to see the stock. Okay. Yeah, I know how to improve this. Move that over. Like that. I don't know, maybe that'll work it out better. Let's see. I don't think that's going to change it actually. Maybe this will, let's see. Nope, it's not changing it either. Yeah, I guess, alright, so you can see what I'm writing. Oh wait, I know what to do. Maybe I can lower it down a little bit. Let's see, does that make it better? No. Alright, it's what it is. You could still see though. I'll just go ahead and let you stick with that. You almost just get a little bit cut off on the side. I don't like that. I'm trying to make it so you could see that. And I know what I'll do. We'll take the phone and we'll come on this side with it. There you go. That'll be better for now. All right, so we're at 390.51, so we're holding. And you can see where my mind is going with things as I write. And that's not what I'm saying. Where is that at? Oh, I see. Because the wrong one is up. Okay. Well, then what we need to do is go into window capture and change that. Okay. It's got to be one of these two. There we go. Alrighty. See a little bit better that way. I think some of it's cut off still. Oh, I know how to change that. I know how to make that better. We'll do it like this. How's that? There we go. Alrighty, let's get back to writing. We're at 389.43, so keep pushing along. The more and we'll have these ups and downs. It's obviously a battle. I don't think it's going to end like that. Remember, on some of our calls, we're already up upon that, but let's see. Oh, this is a short attack. See, look at our volume was going up on the volume because our volume dropped, but now we have a short attack. So the short attacks will come. That's expected. And the people who are on the side of that. But what happens is they push it too hard, and then it comes back with steam. And that's what happens. We've seen it a million times. Don't forget. All you got to do is go back and watch the previous ones. All right, let's see. All right, we got to look at this price now. It's pushing down to 387.19. So do keep an eye on what's going on with you. I'm going to stick with it. It might end up costing me, but I'm going to stay. I mean, the way I look at it is I'm kind of locked in this death struggle, as we all are, with ourselves, with one another. Yeah, actually, right now, maybe it's a good time to pick up another call. It might be. Even though I've got calls lower than this, it might be a good time to pick up another one. Let's take a look at these calls, and we'll make sure, yep, we're in the right side. So, yeah. Let me just check that. Yeah, we could do it. If they don't, they're starting to rise already on me here. Let's see. We'll pick up another 390 call, and that'll be that. They're pretty close in price. Get it out of the door. Okay, we got a 390 call. Alright. And that's what we're sitting on. And we're getting hurt by AMC, but AMC, the beautiful thing there is, well, I don't think those are gonna pan out this week, but not that particular position, but on all the other positions we're well far out. We got plenty of time for that to mature, and I think it will. On AMC, it's just a matter of holding tight and believing in what we're doing. If it turns out to be a bad day, and biting the bullet, trying to minimize that damage if it comes down to that. And that's why I say we always remain humble, but on that message board, it all starts with lies. And, they could actually, because of the amount of people that are involved in that message board, they could cause enough lies to have an impact. Now, one thing I'm going to bring your attention to, let's come back off of this. We're going to see the facts play out as they are. And I've noticed them right away. This is not normal. This is this is manipulation. But we're going to break through it. I don't see it lasting. I see it being they're using everything they can right now to push up and manipulate, but it's already starting to turn around. And you could see the increased volume here in all of these. This is all increased volume, and it's coming on the heels of what? Well, this is looking at the 5-day. We need to get to the 1-day. I'm like, what the hell? This don't look like the right chart. What's going on here? That's so funny. It's not as funny as it really feels, though, because we're going down. So, but just take a look. You see that volume right there? That's all us going up. When you see that extra volume, that's all short attacks. And with all that extra buying and short attacks, that's the best they could do. They're trying to throw the floor out. We got to tell our folks to hold on because they're trying to break the floor out. But it's not working. We have strong bulls, and yeah, they're just trying to break the floor out. All right, that's it. So we're going to go ahead and fix the little errors. Nope, that's not what I'm trying to say. You got me wrong. You got me wrong on that one. Usually my spell check is right on. Let's see if it gets it better here. Yep, it learns. It learns quick. All right, that's good. Let's go. And send it out. See how they tried to knock it down and it's coming back up when the volume drops? They'll have to continue investing at massive amounts, and they have massive money from our brothers and sisters' freaking retirement accounts. That's what they're using for this. It's unbelievable. This is such a perversion on the American people. You're taking from their retirement accounts, fighting against their retail accounts, all in the interest of breaking America down and her companies down, all at the same time. It's insanity. I can't understand why people don't understand it and not allow that. Yeah, so the volume is dropping, and guess what's happening? Look at these things. Write it down. Remember. That's how it works. Unbelievable. Really. And so we'll continue making progress when things are allowed to, when it's not being manipulated. If it wasn't being manipulated, we'd already be at that 500 to 650 price, just hanging around there, realizing its value. And, this is the thing that they're trying to stop. And they think that we're overvalued, some of these people. They think that we're overvalued, but they're not sharing anything about why. They don't have a reason why. That's why. Where'd my previous comment go? Did it get in yet, or did I not do it? Oh, there it is. All right, let's go ahead and put our own like on there. For some reason, this thing they block out things. They don't let certain look. It's coming right up, and we bought again at the bottom. That's going to keep working for us. Yep. What's inverted? Does that mean a bad thing? It's going up. That's all that matters. It's going up. The short attacks aren't going to be able to continue investing in their very massive positions they already took on. Period. They need to do better with that voice to text stuff. A human ear would never make that big of a mistake. Alright, let's, yeah. Trying to get out of here. There we go. It's not what I'm trying to do. There we go. Yep, let's see where we are. So, a lot of truth there. We're putting out good comments. We're helping out our stock that we believe in. Now we're right back to where we need to be. And so they knock it down. Look at all that investment. That's only going to come back to help us later, because they're investing too much in trying to knock this stock down. That will cause it to go up, period. Big time. Exclamation mark. We are talking short squeeze, period. Okay. And let's see, is volume going up as they're knocking it down? Absolutely. That's them investing in their short positions. Let's see. So we're going up. Volume increases a little bit. Now we're going down. But that's normal action. I think it's going to continue going up like that, like making these crouch to jumps. So, and plus too, they are trying to put, remember, it's all about that FUD. They're trying to put that doubt, that fear, that uncertainty into the minds of people that are really consequential. If they can get people selling the stock the same way they're short selling, that's when they start getting the momentum. And that's when I will have to sell out, even though we've got the right attitude, the right stock, the right motivations. It's undervalued. We're in a good bet, but when the short-term fundamentals change against us because of literal lies and FUD just killing the market, well, then that's when we bow out. But we're not there right now. We've got plenty to come back. 387.92 is not far from where we need to be, and there's enough truth that I think those of us who are bulls are trying to bring things back to reality. And it's been effective, because if you look, this latest short attack took us down to 386.02, and then we built up with that energy. I said that would happen all the way to 391 almost, and then we get knocked down to 387, and then now this is just normal reverberations. I see that there are some increased positions where that's clearly the manipulators there, but it's not gonna, I don't think they're gonna keep investing in this. I mean, their previous short volume was 13.6 million, and now it's 18.8 million, and those are shares. Each one of these shares are very expensive, so their increased dollar volume short sold is 6.65 billion. There's 7 more rows to this, so let's open it up, and we'll probably end up in market beat. So that's average volume. That's pretty high. Here it is. The short percentage of float, 5.5. Today's trading volume, and that's non-consequential. Average trading volume, that's fine. And we're at 387.43 right now, just by the way. And it pays to look at some of this stuff, and it's all your own interest too, like where you think it's. This is all always a little bit behind, which bothers me, but it shows an increase, and it's a pretty substantial one. It's we've been looking at that. I'd like to get more current information, but let's look at Fintel. God bless you. There's a lot more to life than just this money crap. So what we want to see upon the 11 o'clock hour, and I told you around 11 o'clock, if we're down there around 350 like they said, I sure would be worrying. But that we're at 385, I'm not too worried as I would be at that level. And I'm looking at these big levels. These are what we're working with. I would hate to see us go below our previous short attack. Oh, we're getting another short attack at this exact place. See how they do it? They wait. I mean, it's all strategic for them, and they're going to do their best to make us believe a fake thing. What is that fake thing? That Moderna's sluggish. It's tired. It's going down. But it's all manipulated. And these manipulators stand inside the chat room of Moderna stock, consequential place to be, and they stand there and they say, oh, it's manipulation, when it's going up. I mean, we live in the upside down world. That's why I get so tired of it. It's really tiring to be in the upside down world all the time. Alright, so we're looking at this short squeeze here. That's not going to show us much. Vortex usually gives pretty good information. I don't know if we're going to be able to see much, but we're going to try. Okay, this is a little bit better. We're going to have to learn what we're looking at here. I like that. So the volume, 3-month daily average. This listing on NASDAQ. Free float. Outstanding shares. The market cap on Moderna to me is a little low. 160. I think it should be higher than that. Okay, we're coming up again. We're at 388. Facts matter, folks. Whenever you're in doubt, it's good to revisit the facts. In fact, let's go ahead and, since the phone information is more consequential right now, I'm just going to go ahead and give you a better view on that. Yep, there you go. A little better view on that. Hopefully it's easier to see for you. I can make it a little bit bigger, actually. There we go. We'll do that. And now you can see what I'm kind of looking at, what I'm studying through here. And so we got today. All right, that's bid and ask right there. Is that's current? Let me see. Yep. We're at 387.20. Okay. And I got to get a little bit better with reading these charts like this, because this is new for me, looking at all of this stuff here like this. Okay, let's get down further for details. And the analysts always get things wrong a lot, so you can't always bank on what they say, that's for sure. And, you know, when it gets down to the true bottom bolts of what we're dealing with here, the very, very bottom bolts, what we have going on is a struggle, and our contracts are good until tomorrow at 4 p.m. Anytime between now and then, we can break above 400, and if we do, we make a little substantial break, that'll be our exit point, and that'll be where we're making up our losses. It doesn't have to go that far from Moderna. She does it all the time. Are we where we want to be right now? No. Are we under attack? Yes. Those things matter. They don't last forever. Things change. We're not even at 11 o'clock yet. We're approaching it. I'm just saying, keep your, you're making your own calls, obviously. You're making your own decisions. And my job is the way I look at it, is to keep you centered, to keep people positive. That, remember, we made moves based on facts that are true and that translate and that we know and we believe to be true. So whatever comes out of that, we accept, because those are our beliefs and those are the positions we're taking. And so that's it. That's as far as it goes. I think we will win with that knowledge and with that attempt. I think it's a lot better than going blind and just flipping a coin. Today's going to be a what kind of day. And that is the honest person when they don't know much. And then you have the short sellers themselves, Citadel, who have agents here. One guy could pretend to be 10, honestly, if that's their job, running around doing that. So, beware of the FUD, man. And beware of the short sellers constantly investing deeper into their short position. So where do they come out with their short stuff right off the bat? This is telling a lot of stuff, and it looks pretty detailed, but I don't see where it's getting into. And they're so full of crap too. Let's see what's being said. Oh, that was a like or something. I didn't like myself. There you go. Okay. Yep, that's it. Just encouragement. I believe, so I lend you my belief. And that goes to distance. Trust me, I really honestly believe, and maybe I'm wrong, but I believe that when we just sit there and allow them to talk FUD and do nothing, this stock might be at 384 right now. But because we're stepping back and not allowing that, it's at 388. I believe that. I believe it makes a little difference. Just because of the sheer volume of numbers of retail traders who don't talk but do read. And they're counting on other people who do know to do the talking, and they're just reading that. And they're making decisions based on that. I mean, let's face it, folks. Obviously, people are putting real money into it. So when you have somebody that's got real money into it saying something, you know, you might believe them. And that's why it's so effective when they do their short attacks. But here you see it's coming up because our volume is drying up. And it's always a good thing. You know, I mean, where do all stocks eventually end up, especially when they're being pushed down? Their volume dries up. And what happens to Moderna when that occurs? It gets down to their crew that just believes in Moderna, and they bring it up. That's what I've seen. That's what you've seen. And if we get short attacked again, you'll see that volume go, you know, in that one area. It's so obvious what's happening, is it not? So obvious. And we're gonna keep these screens going. I'll change between them every now and again because when I'm not writing, then I'll give you the better screen here that you could see a little bit better of the stock and of me. Your happy healer lover. We'll put a little extra light on. How's that? I'm your happy healer lover. Oh, yeah. 388 right now. So let's just hold on to that. Let's break through. Let's go higher. It looks like we want to go higher right now. 388.16. Come on. So yeah, it's going to be a fighting day up, I think. I'd rather be fighting up than fighting down. Can you know? That's one thing. Whenever I'm in the short position on Moderna, and I'm like, go down, go down. Ugh, I always feel awful doing that. And I can't wait to get out of the position, make my money, and ride back up again. Sometimes it makes sense to do that. Today's not a day that makes sense to do that. It's not working for bears. They wanted it to go down to 350. That's where they make their money. This stuff, they're losing money. Remember, it opened lower, and they all bought on. They got their short positions because they just knew it was going right down. And that's not what Moderna agreed with. In fact, from the point that Moderna opened, it hasn't gone below that number yet. And I think that's good for us. I think that's a good sign. Yeah, very good sign. And I'll take it. Yep, it's trying to reach itself up. We might get another short attack coming in here. It seems like we have some shorts kind of stepping in right there a little bit. We see that volume go up and then the nose goes down. So yeah, that's kind of what's happening right there. It's still building itself up. But I think once it takes on the weight of those short sellers and then it just, you know, it levels back down again, and then it lifts itself back up again. And if you go too far, you're going to get that like trampoline effect, and it'll go up even further, you know? So the more they fight against it, it's like the inevitable's coming. It's inevitable. Somebody used the word yesterday, like an upside down gravity. Well, we do live in the upside down world, so I'll go with that. And, you know, that just wants to bring it up. And that's what that gravity is. It's the people in this stock. That's right, 387.28 right now. They can't get us below that 387 mark. That looks to be a strong mark we're working with, and we're going to try and build up from there. And right now I think their short selling has not really paid off that much in these particular spots. Clearly, you know, when we're going up, it's a big short lower. And so let's just drive it up. Drive it up. That one turned out to be 30,000. I sense, oh yeah, here's short sell right there. See it? Look at that. It stepped up again. It just began and it's already at 30,000. It's holding its nose down. The short sellers took the nose and shoved it into the ground. But that doesn't always pay, because then it lifts back up and it goes, what? And it shakes off and it goes up again. Yep, see that volume? Look at that volume. And they still can't bring it below 386 with all that extra short selling. I mean, how many shorts are they going to put on this thing? That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to break it down, scare people. But the people invested in this thing, for them, they're just buying the dip. And, you know, that's a smart move. Buy the dip. That's what I do. And, you know, especially if you're buying stock. I mean, this is a great price. If you're getting in Moderna, this is a great price. And they're trying to scare people. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and leave them. There's the floor right there. 385 is one of our floors. Okay. All right, we'll go with that. Yep, that's what we need to do. That's our job today as bulls, is to do our best keeping the honest review. Do our best keeping the honest review. And aside from that, if the damage gets too hard, I don't blame you for getting out. For me, I think I'm going to hang on with this. I think because we're just waiting. It's going to come back and then boom, you know. Whatever positions people, especially those short sellers, they're really not that loyal to each other. Look at this. That was all short selling. Let's go ahead and show you how that was short selling. We're already at 385 again. But look at these levels. We're at 25, 17,000, 10,000, 14. All those levels were up. And then we start getting this short selling that's increasing. Eventually it gets up to almost 100,000. How much are they going to buy? And then once it goes down, we'll bring it up again. Don't let that scare you. It's designed to scare you. Yeah, I said don't let their short selling scare you. It's designed to scare you. This is an outstanding price for Moderna. Boom. Just like that. I put it on my other phone so you didn't see it. Sorry about that. I won't do that typically. All right, I'm going to keep my action on the other phone. I meant to stay over here. Excuse me. So they are scaring some people, but, that's how they do it. That's their design. And that's what we got to watch out for. If they're successful, and in greed hell, manipulation goes the distance, but we have warriors on Moderna that if they come out, and I believe they will, we just have to get that volume low enough where it's just, they got to step in and buy more. We got to make it hurt. For them to knock it down and for us to win, we got to make their short selling hurt. And we're doing it. We're continuously coming back up to that 385 mark, and then we work our way to 390. They bash it again, and it's costing them to bash it. So we're winning in that way. So we're continuously, it's a war of attrition. It's where money has disappeared. It's a stupid war, but this is what the short sellers do. And ultimately, they aim to take that money and to leave dust in oblivion wherever they go. And Moderna's job is to fight back, even though it costs that value. And then in the process of fighting back, they're okay because they gain that value back. So we're getting more short selling, and it's just something that we'll have to endure as they knock it down, and we'll come back. That's how it does it. They're doing their best. And there's a lot of people who do get scared from that. That's why I leave my posts saying, we've seen this a million times. It's not convenient for us. In a lot of ways, being in the stock market, going through these things, they could be very rewarding, and you're very happy when it's going up and you make a lot of money. But when it does it like this and it's reversing, it does the exact opposite, and it really is a war of attrition. And it's a matter of who can hang in the longest and what reasons do they have to hang on. Are they just floating? They didn't have an understanding? Well, then they're going to get out. There goes Moderna back to the 385 mark. If you trust in why you're in it in the first place, I think you'll do a lot better. And that's what I'm doing. And to be honest, I think that, let's check it out, but we'll take a look at AMC right quick. But AMC, I think, is at a better price to buy right now, because I think they just had a momentary glimpse down, but that they'll pick back up. And they did actually get to 35, but then they're right here. See, because they were knocked down. They went up initially, and they're knocked down to this level. But I don't think they'll stay there. So, actually, I think that for them has become a, like a point you could potentially buy into Moderna. Into AMC. But I would not buy into AMC unless you're going long, because these short positions, they are cheaper, but they'll kill you. Every last one of them will go negative, and then you'll be in pain because of the Greeks. It just doesn't work out. The only way you can make it work, is my experience, is going further out. And then you don't get hurt as bad. Yep. So we're coming back up off that dirty down bottom. And guess what? We're coming up with a little bit of vigor here. Let's see how far we can push that. I honestly believe that once the short sellers get tired out, we've been working a bunch of green rows here. And that will have a good lift. And we'll bring it back up to 390 again. And then we'll bring it to 395. And, hopefully we'll get a good kick by then. For the FOMO buyers, I think we need to get it to over 400. And then we'll be able to kick it in gear. So it's our job to get to 400 plus. And then the FOMO buyers will help us out. And all the extra energies and forces that come in at that point will help drive it up further. That's the good ideal. That's what we would like to see happen. But what does happen is, for one thing, it's anyone's guess, just to say that. We're very humble about that. And we're very straightforward about that, especially on the channel. Because if you go to the Webull chat area, all it's going to say is, they're so for sure it's going down. Nope, it's out. It's out. Because it's all about scare and FUD and all that crap. But the truth of it is, that's not the truth. And so, we have... we don't even have a real take on what's happening here from the chart, because it's just nothing but short attacks. And, so it doesn't look like it's in some kind of a, pattern that you could read. It's more, just short attacks. You got a short attack here, and you measure it back to the volume that you're looking at below. You see it matches. And, the closest thing we see to a pattern is the one we're looking at now. And I think that's more of a coincidence than anything. And that we're hitting these levels that are, just below 385 is going to put a lot of pressure on bulls. But it's also meaning that pressure can overtake everything and bounce back out like that trampoline. And we kind of see it happening now. And when the trampoline effect really goes, it can go really a distance, So, that's what we're waiting for. And also, we got to look at these other things. I mean, it looks like the market came back a little bit, which means that's not, always the best thing for Moderna. Moderna can hold itself well when the market's in trouble. I got to get out of it this way. Okay, so the Dow Jones is down 0.43. There it is. The S&P is only down 0.02. I think, and the relationship kind of shows that when the S&P is going down, that Moderna has the gumption and ability to go up. But when the S&P is up, Moderna, it doesn't hurt it. It just doesn't. If it's rising fast, it might even help Moderna. Moderna's feels independent of the SPY in some ways. But when the SPY is going down, Moderna goes up. I've noticed that. And funny enough, that's not a concern right now. You wouldn't hear bears saying, oh, well, the SPY is getting beat up, so you're going down. And yet they were saying that earlier, and it was the exact opposite. When the SPY recovered, we've seen a bit of a dip here on Moderna. So it's okay. We'll continue fighting it out. Interesting relationships, though, aren't they? And so right now we're at 383.69, duking it out with these short sellers who just have no soul in many ways. If you want to find the devils, you can find them in the short sellers for sure. They're just out to make profit on destruction. Doesn't hurt me. I'm just fine. My life is pretty much can't be affected. I've gotten comfortable in ways they could never do. That's because I am hard. I'm like a warrior for God. so their FUD don't work on me. We're at 383, but the FUD does work on a lot of weak people, unfortunately. Let's see where Regeneron is. We'd be doing a lot better in that stock, wouldn't we? I've been talking about it. Woo, look at that. And, it sucks when you know something looks good and that's part of a mistake investors make. They get so invested in one stock and it's all about one stock. When they know they've been talking about another stock, it's doing well, but they're not there. Oh boy, it's okay. Regeneron going up is a good sign for Moderna. Let's take a look at some of these other Moderna-like stocks. I know Moderna's going to come back. Don't worry. Just relax. Hopefully it'll come back fast. And we'll all be better off for it. Let's look at NVAX. There's NVAX. Hanging out at 224. And they're only a little bit down on the day. Yeah, it's not being attacked like Moderna is. Let's see. Let's get over. That's annoying when that happens. Alright. Yeah, you don't see all that short attack down here. That's just normal. That's actually a pattern. Could work with a pattern like that. What we have going on looks nothing like a pattern like that. That's why it's all manipulated. Although we break against it, but that's not a pattern. That shit is ugly as hell. And you know what? That's fine. That means we've got the ball, baby. Here we go. Get out of the way. And by the way, that was a great place to pick up a call. It's just that I'm done call shopping for now. Let's go. Let's show them what we got, Moderna. Let's show them. Let's just go right now. And if you're a bear and you're in this, I highly advise you to take your profits. I don't see, this is all manipulation. So the minute the manipulation stops, well, it would never completely stop, right? But that it's not in force, it's not working, then you're doing well. Remember, this manipulation has been invested big time into bringing Moderna down. It wants to see it get down to 300, 250, and then it'll call itself a job done. That's where its value should be. That's what these stubborn guys think, that they don't know better. But that's not going to happen. I don't see that happening. If that was going to happen, it would have happened already. I've been watching Moderna for a long time. And Moderna's a strong stock when it comes to that. That's why you see these breakouts, and then you see, they continue to fight against it. But, it would have been better for us if the market was dropping, and I'll tell you why. And I mentioned it earlier, but I'll say it again. When the market drops, it puts a lot of pressure on these short sellers because with all of their different positions, they'll be called upon because they're losing value on the positions they're holding. So they have to cover the short positions before they get called on them. And so dropping tends to see all other stocks drop, but those heavily shorted positions rise. And that's why we're seeing a lot of that. So just hang in there. And the market can give us that kind of gift any second, and Moderna's flying up on its own without it. It doesn't even need that. So we've got a lot of good things in our corner. Just relax, and if you're in it if you're committed to the bull position, as I am right now, that you're not ready or willing to jump ship, or that jumping ship means complete annihilation of your account, I would say, just hang in there. Let's see what happens. Again, I think these are good prices for getting into some cheaper calls, I personally, like I said, I'm in it already, and so I'm not getting in it further. No need for that, but Yeah, Moderna has real value. The spell checker always calls it Madonna. We'll call it Madonna. Madonna has real value, man. Looks like a double bottom being better in like 45 minutes to an hour. Right. You just got to stay. You can't allow yourself to become First off, at the end of the day, it's money. You can make more of it. You knew this was gambling to start with, so I'm sure you still got some lunch money aside. and that's it. You can't allow yourself to be overtaken by this nonsense. You know your value. That's why you're in it. If that's not good enough at the end of the day, chalk it up to we got a shitty world and get behind fixing that. So it's 11:21, and things right now, we're just chilling along here, and we're at 383.90, and just keeping the encouragement up. That's really helpful for people who already made the decision to stick it out. It's not being unrealistic. It's just reminding of why we're in it. It kind of helps when we're doing that. It's a service. It's not like doing what the short sellers are doing, selling FUD and trying to keep you in the FUD, trying to keep you hurting the stock, trying to break down our hope and possibility for a better future. And really that's what it is. We see America in its decline in a lot of ways. That bothers me. Gotta have water, baby. That's it. If you know what the things you need, you'll be just fine in this world. As it turns out, having a great big mansion comes with a lot of its own problems. And people think they need all this stuff. But when they continue doing their stupid whining and their stupid political crap, like they know just as little as they know about stocks, about politics, but they're equally as loud. And they don't need to be that loud. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. But they do it. And eventually, once everybody has to live like how I'm living, and I don't mind it, but once how everybody has to make big, huge sacrifices, let's see how mouthy they are then. They'll probably be spending their time whining or trying to survive, because when it's like this, it'll be everybody like that. And there won't be, oh, let me go over there and get help. Nope. You see how the people that are without help in other countries do. They're desperate. They're hanging on the sides of big military planes, trying to find a better way. We won't even have that. We won't have big countries coming in to help us. We are the big country. We were favored by God, but we blew it. What can I say? We're trying to stop that. And not only can we stop it, we can bring in the world of abundance. I don't know what to say to these naysayers who like to put in condescending candidates who on the outside appear to be perfect because of all their cheating. But then when you can see the truth, you actually see many of them are the worst. They're child molesters. They're bad people. And that's what we have. We have the devil running the world. And we have to just sit there and watch it. Nah, fix it. That's all. Do God's work. And be hard, but at the same time be able to survive in that and be happy in that. Be thankful for what you got, because it's possible to break through all of that and to be better off. We'll all have greatness. We'll all have so much. And I dream about that world, because the world we're in, it's nothing to dream about. And we're looking up at 384.32. That is a bit of an increase over the 383 they just had us in a moment ago. Let's see if we can pull up on that. Basically, that 385 level is a real pain in the butt for them to try and knock us down past, because our bulls are strong. They show up. And even as you remember when we were taking a bear position and the bulls were fighting us again then too. We had to get out of that position because the bears were bringing it up. I think we lost money. Remember, when we were jumping in those bear positions, we lost money in some cases. Why do you think I'm not eager to jump into them now? We got strong bulls, man. Yeah, I'm proud of our bulls. You can rely on them like clockwork. They show up. And this is still no kind of pattern in this. I cannot explain a pattern when there simply is none. It's just attacking. It's a crapshoot. You know? Oh wow, is that right, Jason? So they're under attack, yeah, Jason. But they're probably under attack by the retail investors. Man, they don't like Robinhood. I don't get on Robinhood, so I wasn't in Robinhood when all the hell was going down. Robinhood's the only one I got into at one point. I lost money on options, and I think I lost around, I don't know, $10,000. And they said that I owed them money, some $300. That's impossible. How do you owe money when you're in a position that's essentially, like you paid for your premium? That's BS. I don't know how they came up with that, but and I was learning then. I was learning more. But yeah, by the time that all that fiasco came about with GameStop, I was out of it. And I believe in those folks. At first, I called them pump and dumpers. That's what I thought they were. I thought they were pump and dumpers. And I don't necessarily believe in that. That's not building up anybody. That's giving up. I want to see it go up and stay up. And I understand what they're doing here, fighting the shorts. So that's a little bit different. It will come back down. Not this company. That's the great thing. We have a short position situation in Moderna where they're invested in a company that's below its value. I don't know why they did that to themselves. I mean, this is going to come back to haunt them at some point. That's my guess. And they might figure, they're pretty brilliant people. They might take themselves, because they know it's going to go up, and at this point they have to cover a massive amount of their short positions, which is equal to like buying a stock. And so what they might end up doing is getting in the calls, and then before they pay their short positions back, they'll take out calls, and as it begins to rise, they'll make money on the call side. And so as they're losing money, raising the price through the short, returning shorts, they'll make money on the call side. See, they're very savvy, and they have all of our money from our gramps and our moms and dads and our brothers and sisters and our entire families. Anybody who's putting into their 401k and believing and hedge funds and putting it towards these safe bets. Why do you think they're safe bets? Because they're destroying the market at the expense of our progress, so that those particular positions go up on average more consistently, not better, not higher, just more consistently than other bets. But retail investors aren't liking that so much. They're breaking them down and they're making them pay for it, and I like that. And you know what? They better watch out, because if my candidacy ever were to get steam in the right way, and I'm relatively pretty much unknown, although I am known by a lot of people who matter, and they love me, and I love them. I love all. And the thing about it is, if it were to take off, man, we would be so beyond this stuff, because I would be uniting this country, and I would put everything I have into uniting, because, and I'm sure you would feel the same way, right? Uniting this country so that we are powerful and we can take back all the things we've lost, and we see ourselves losing, and build this country up and build the world of abundance up through this country, and that other places would learn. We're not powerful enough to be leaders of the world. We're losing our stake because we're losing our way. We became too fearful to do the right thing. It's like everybody who's running the country are bears, and it's killing us. They don't believe in us. That's what it shows. So Techno says the HIV trial starts today. I wish them good luck on that. I wish the individuals who are participating in that trial good luck. I pray for them to be well. God Almighty, watch after those folks And God Almighty, watch after the people in Afghanistan, all those people who believed in America, the hundreds of thousands of people who are now have their lives at stake, the children who were born and now 19 years old and never experienced or lived under this awful Taliban. And now they're going to be having to live under their rules, and especially the women, the girls that never seen that before. I feel so bad for them. They are going to be so whipped into position, and I just hope, God, you give them some mercy, and hopefully they can keep some of their freedoms. Amen, Father. Make us stronger, Father. Allow us to become the world of abundance and to be able to overtake these big problems we see now. Let's become so strong that they become small problems, and that we lift them up with love, but yet we protect ourselves against attack. Amen, Father. How about that, right? Isn't that what we really need? That's what we really need, not this nonsense we have now. And that's it. They're all... It's like we have shorts, not even bears. We have short sellers running the country. Literally. They're the people making all the money, and then they guarantee their win through destruction. Remember, all you got to do is keep destructing. If you destruct enough, then you win. That's their mechanism. That's almost like a guaranteed bet, because they just won't stop destructing until they win. They have unlimited money to do that, especially to one single stock. No, man. And for one single day. No, man. That shit's not right. They do the things that would drive the stock up, they do that in dark pools where it's not seen. And then the stuff that drives the stock down, they purposely put it in the light on the general market. The stuff that brings, because they do stuff that brings the stock up. When they can generally get away with it, they do. When they're covering short positions, they don't have just the dark pools to work with. Remember, that takes time. They have to find a match. When they're buying back in a moment in order to save their own accounts and portfolios, they're just much bigger portfolios, then they cover their shorts. And they have to cover them anyway at some point. That's just the way it works. And if Moderna is going to continue fighting back, which she is, the floor didn't fall out. Nope. The floor did not fall out. And that's what they really need. And it's going to be temporary if that happens. Let's say the floor fell out of Moderna. It fell all the way down to, what's their worst number they gave us? I think 250. One guy I think said 200. Let's say that happened. Moderna would climb right back after all the destruction. It would work its way back up. It would take longer. It would make the company weaker, unable to do as many things that it was planning to do. I mean, this is how they kill companies. But it wouldn't be based on the truth. And it happens that Moderna, I think, is pretty cash strong. And so I don't think they're going to be successful in that. Although if they could, they would. If they could kill Moderna and take it out of the system, they would. Moderna's helping us, and they would do that. All manipulation. And you better believe you can kill a company through a stock. They do it all the time. That's why I think it should be outlawed. Why would we tolerate that? We should have, if people are doing fraud, they should be held accountable with the law. They shouldn't be fudging our free markets and then calling them that it's a free market. No, this is not free markets. This is subjugation of people who work hard. We're at 330, 383.40, 383.60. Right in that range. They can't knock us down too far, and they're trying 384.34. That's why once the dust settles and the fighting stops, or if they find problems elsewhere. Remember, the problems elsewhere will cause them to have to forget Moderna for a while. And the problems elsewhere will draw their attention elsewhere. We're already at 385 almost. We could very well now could be that point when we're on our way. Let's see AMC. AMC is still fighting, but it came back, so it just dropped from a little comeback. It got to 35. It was holding strong, and now it's coming back a little. So let's see what this guy's doing. Yeah, I never really believed in Ocugen. I find Ocugen to be a fraudulent company that, their only job was to do paperwork and get it right, and they failed on that several times in a row. Now, America's becoming pretty much inoculated, and we can't be using weak vaccines because this virus is so strong that we have to use booster shots and additional, ways to fight it. And, I don't think Ocugen has a future and all that. It's taken them this long just to get their initial vaccine out. And then you got to talk boosters and everything else. They're behind the game on it. And, I fear to say that I don't really see much of a better situation for NVAX. I think that they have pretty much Novavax the same situation occurring. Whereas Moderna's going on 385. It's already there. So that's their problem. And I would never get into that. I caution people to stay away from it. And I'm sorry if you're in it, but that's just the way I honestly feel. All right, 385.23, and I wish you luck in it. When I went there the last time, I told them that. I wish you luck. Be careful here. And so look at the stock here. It's making that jump. I said it would. This was all fake attacks. So you just got to be patient. And Jason, you also said, hang on. It's going to be in about that hour. We're not even there yet, so we got work to go. And yeah, they're going to continue their attacks. But look, we're going up. So we don't have to listen to what they say. What they say is not the end of the word. They tried to knock us out, but now we're showing strength. And guess who notices this? The many hundreds of people who do not write on Webull, but see all the FUD, but then they see the outcome. FUD, outcome. FUD, outcome. Yeah, let me write that down. And it's time to do another message. Whoa, hey, you. That's not what I wanted. Get out of there. Get out of there. There we go. Here, I'll give you the window. Wait. We got to get that other one out of the way. We're at 385.79, 386.11. There we go. All right. And it dropped a few points here while I was typing, and that's fine. This is the kind of day that we're going to be constantly up against here. We'll just continue doing our part. And you know, I haven't been on the site either in a while, so that could be part of it. I'm sitting here talking to you guys, and that happens a lot. And then they start saying, "Where's Happy Healer? Oh, see, he disappeared." Oh, get out of here. If they ever say that, well, you know, tell me here and I'll head over there. Because I never run away. Not when we're going up, not when we're going down. Because I know that I've got reasons for what we do. It's not how the short seller's working. They don't have reasons for that. Oh, their only reason is to cause hell. All right, cleaned it up well. Let's send it on out. Yep, they knocked this down a bit there, but I think we'll come back up. There it comes in. There we go. It's really my goal to vastly improve my style of writing on this site, because normally I get impatient. Out, you know, because I'm doing a lot. But that is a goal of mine, to be more, you know, get it right. Yeah, so look at this. Short sellers took a position here when right about there they started buying in, right? 107. So we're going up with natural. Look at that. That's small volume that we're going up on. Small. And then right here, the volume picks up. And then you see short sellers really attack. It comes down. And then they try to attack more. But actually, the bulls caught it. and it's going to go back up. Now, if the short sellers weren't there manipulating, we would already be up. But that's the difference. Yes, short sellers are there. We're trading sideways, like the gentleman just said. No short sellers are there. We're going up. Think about that. It's really consequential. And that's the way you do it. We're at 381.87 and climbing. And, it's a bit of a work to get back up. But, remember, it's sideways but up when they're not attacking. It's really up. And when they are attacking, knock it down some. Sometimes it doesn't go down too much, But the point is, they're not getting what they want, and that is the floor to fall out. As long as they're not getting that, we are having a lot of hope. So I'm not using hair gel. Because I just shampooed my hair this morning. And I keep clean. I'm not a slob, Even living like this, I keep nice and clean. Everything's good. My privates are all clean. I don't become a slob. Heck no. Can't do that. And that's the challenge, to be able to live tough but live comfortable, to be clean, People only know how to clean themselves one way, Let me jump in the shower. They don't know you can actually shampoo your head with just a few cups of water. Really clean it well, just as good as a shower. And that's what I teach about. I teach about that kind of living. I teach about being able to live off of, your electricity from the sun instead of, from the electric company. All independent stuff. Here we go. 382.83, baby. Just like they can't knock it down. They can't keep it down. And, when it's your happy healer, we have no problem keeping it up. God made us just right. But the devil tries to break us down. The devil's about that death. That's why I want to see that happy healer lover world come in, because I know it'll be so powerful. It'll be exactly what makes us the best we could ever be. To me, it's heaven. I don't think a human being could imagine a life worth living as a spiritual entity. It feels so powerful, like there's no meaning to anything. That's why we have freedom of choice and consequence here. It's a subtlety. I think it's fake. In our real form, we're a lot stronger. But I think it's a willing, participating adventure that we go on. And that it's consequential. We do have a God. We're supposed to do good work, take a mission out of this to show ourselves capable and of good energies, even when we're challenged. And people fail that so much. To me, it seems to be such an honest thing to do. And then, it's kind of like how children come out. If you want to see what God's doing and how he's building us, look at the children when they come out. Look at their energies when they get up to about 10 or 11, 12, when they're expressing themselves. Look at the things they're saying in their dreams and hopes. Compare that to an adult. No dreams, no hopes, reality, hard knocks, nothing to look forward to. That's what greed hell causes. That's why I firmly believe in an income for all paid through the stock market, and to get rid of short selling. Hell, get rid of short selling. Everybody who dips in the market, they're sad they come out because the short sellers came and took all their money. That's not how we're going to build up the country or get people in the market either. So they say they got to be there for liquidity, but they're running away new sell. Get the hell out of here. It's such a lie. You know that's a lie. That's why short sellers got to go. And I think that's what the world is saying in a natural way. It was a bad idea. I mean, why would you even you're trying to build up your country. You're trying to build up your companies. Give them liquidity and strength. People need to be educated. They shouldn't be... If we had a massive number of people interested in the markets, and by the way, more than half of the people are not even doing... I mean, even now, many people check out of politics, and that's how they're able to be friends. When Republicans or Democrats are getting along, it's because they're not talking about anything consequential. That's not how we're supposed to do it, you know? Oh yeah, we got along. We could stand in the same room. Oh yeah, I talk to Democrats sometimes. Oh yeah, I talk to Republicans sometimes. But the only time you're ever talking to them is when it's not consequential. And the moment it is, you're screaming for death and bloody murder. Oh, please. You're both wrong. Quit squabbling so we can all get to a better world, will you? You'll be the first cowards when the jackboots are on your neck, whining and screaming for mercy. But you're the one who put us all there. And the ones who are brave and already living tough, they'll be trying to find the solution. They'll probably be the casualties of that war. Lovers always die first. They're the ones with the courage. But they're out for the better world. And trust me, the cowards come next. When the lovers go, that was their strength. When the cowards, they're dying still. It's not like they get to be cowards forever. They're gonna die, but they just come after the lovers are out. That's why they better think wise. They better think wise. By the time your happy hero lover's a corpse, you'll know this world is going to hell. And I'm not too worried about it. I know who I am. First off, I'm the spirit within. I manipulate this body, talking to you and everything, but I know who I am. I'm quite certain of that. I don't walk around thinking I'm the me. No. Are you kidding me? No. We're the energy. And that's it. That's why we animate this body. We animate this world and this life. Everything. Everything is the energy. Okay? You wouldn't have matter without energy. Energy is matter. What is it? It's matter. It's forces. Everything's forces. That's the reason why one finger doesn't go through the other hand, because of that energy that persists on the smallest of level. That energy is moving at the speed of light, making matter, persisting in that moment. Good golly, that's what's going on. I hope you know it. That's scientific. No scientist would deny that. We've got an uptrend going on. Finally, it's 11:57. I could call our first trend here. And we'll see how long it holds for. And let's see how well the rest of the market's doing. And we're not that down in retrospect. $16? That's nothing. I'm worried about the time too, though. But Moderna's been holding on to value, though, on those calls. All right, let's do it. What are we doing again? Oh, we're checking the market. AMC first. Okay, so it's on an upswing, back to 35 almost. That's good. It got it down to 34.53. That was its bottom. To me, that's AMC showing some strength. What about NVAX? About the same. Ocugen. About the same. I don't even know why I look at that. It's really not that consequential. Here's the one that's consequential. We have the SPY. And it's sitting at almost its high for the day. Is that an all-time high? No. Let me see for the month. No, the all-time high is sitting over here. Okay. Right? Yeah. if you look at for like 5 years, the all-time high. Oh wow, it says the all-time high for 5 years is right there, 441.06. Nah. It was, oh, that's because it's counting each end of day. Oh, so guess what? We're sitting at all-time highs right now. That's why. The SPY's at all-time highs. For all that stuff that they were saying, the SPY's sitting at all-time highs. And you know what? I honestly believe, and I say this with belief, that if SPY was down right now, that Moderna would be doing even better. That it's going up, it's fine too. It's fine. It'll probably help. But and that's why it feels removed from it. But there is a connection. It's in the SPY. There is a connection. So when the SPY is going up, Moderna's going up naturally, right? But when the SPY is going down, because Moderna is so shorted, that makes it go up too. So that's what's going on right now. I think it's a short-term phenomenon with this situation, but that longer term, it'll probably settle out, right? And all based on the shorts. The shorts are just awful people, man. I mean, awful, awful entities. People who take on put positions, I could tolerate that. But the short position, I mean, companies that are hurting human beings. Other than that, I don't see why you'd use it. And for those companies that are hurting human beings, it shouldn't be the short seller's job. In those cases, that's separate from what the market should be doing. The market should be serving people who matter and have purpose and value. So there certainly needs to be some policing of companies that are hurting people with purpose and value. All right, that gives me a good view of things. Let me see the general markets. Oh, look, the Dow Jones is back. The S&P is up. Like I said, all-time highs. And the NASDAQ is up. So there you go. I'll tell you what, after this is done, that S&P is something to get into if you want to get into some good, the way it seems like you could just get on that S&P and buy up some calls and do pretty good. It just seems like that to me. Maybe, you know what, we'll see. But let's do our current play. I believe in it. Moderna, I think, has brought us more progress than the S&P could right now, overall. There we are. What? Oh yeah, that's zoomed out right there. Looking good, huh? All right. There we are. We're pushing up. See, they pushed too hard. The natural direction is up. That must really piss off those short sellers, and it must really piss off those bears who believed in them. See, we'll call the people the bears, but they're not always bad. Just because they went with the short seller, maybe it was right that the short seller was going to bring it down and that bear made money. But it's the short sellers. They're just awful. And I know a lot of bears that do short selling too. I don't mind the put position because it's an opposite from a call position. I mean, do you want the derivatives market or not? I think it works for people. But the short selling, and by the way, you wouldn't need the derivatives market if the stock market was just a healthy going up kind of market. And I don't think the derivatives market could, I don't think it could really sustain itself in such a market because there wouldn't be as much volatility. There would maybe a little, but there would generally be just upward movement, probably ever so slightly as people get paid continuing to invest into the market. When it settles down, at first I think it would have a massive influence in building huge new value in America, but that's good because we have to build the great new world of abundance. The idea is not to become super consumers too quick. We've got to build the productive value of America first. get the automation in track, get the robots in track. We got to really build that world. We're not focused enough on it. That's the only way we'll beat China. China's doing that now. But besides that, we got to make sure love and freedom, first off, that we get our spirit of love and freedom right on the top notch, that it's running the country, not this greed and corruption. And then once you get that right, you get the companies and everybody empowered, building the world of abundance, and stay focused on building that world of abundance, because what comes next after that are American super consumers. And, that's going to be so powerful. And we'll have an income for all that'll be phased in and generally get stronger. Initially, there'll be a lot of people working, and they'll want to work, serving to build that new world. And there'll be some people who can't work, and they'll be taken care of. The income for all will be instituted for them in almost immediate basis. So, it's about a time to pull together. We're not trying to make runaway inflation. Inflation isn't always bad either. Inflation provides new, cheap money to pay off old, expensive debts. It could be useful in some cases. And that's it. We either have to focus on the past and try and protect the value of the past, or we have to forge forward and build a whole new world. And, we're capable of it. Our economic conditioning, our economic model should not get in the way of our prowess and our physical ability and our intellectual capability and our innovation. And that's what's happening. Let me go ahead and move this over so you can get a better view. I didn't even realize I had that old one up. We're at 83.03 right now. 83.82. See, we just made a big lift up, and then, then we're coming back up again. See how it works? And I think eventually we'll even come higher than this last point here, which was 384.80. I think we'll rise above that now, because it's a general pattern up. It just got really excited, then it came back to the line. So relax, folks. We're doing great. Just relax. Have a seat. Have a coffee. Have a cigarette. Smoke with me. Don't smoke cigarettes. Smoke weed. That's better. And I love you, man. I love you, man. Don't you want to build this new, better world, man? Woman? I want to build this better world, That's what we have to look forward to. And every single person is valued in that world and plays a role in some way or another. Every single person. It's so beautiful. Not like now, where people are left out to just be alone and suffer and die. I mean, it's really what it is. We're capable of doing so much more. People are very... First off, you have a lot of people, they say it's freedom. Here, this is what freedom looks like in greed hell. You're on your own. No help. No, come on, that's not freedom. We're supposed to be a team. Freedom is supposed to be about empowerment. That, hello, we're friends, we love you, okay, see you later. And then you're on your own and you're empowered to do what you want, and then we're back again. That's freedom, not what we have now. What affords us that true freedom? To actually not have to earn the right to be alive, but that our work and our ancestors' work. So in other words, humanity. The power, the brilliance, the history of humanity made it. The gift of humanity has given us, this generation, and it was said when we were younger, it was a lie because it didn't happen, even though the ability has happened. In that we can have an income for all and focus on our passions and grow our individual worlds up. And then successful people don't have to look down and watch all these other people who have purpose dying and then feel bad about it. It's really hard to be a successful person unless you learn to be very cold in greed hell. Tell me that's not true. I know it's true. I've been there. If you are super successful watching everyone else who's not at that level and then they start to look like peons, that's so bad. And if your view starts becoming like that, a bunch of peons, you've gotten that cold area. And that's what greed hell does. It makes people monsters. Lovers always die first. Never forget that. So the best of the flock, if you really want to find the best of humanity, go find the people on the streets that are dying and can't. And there's all this possibility, all this America. They could do great and be so successful, but they're dying on the streets. Think about that. They're lovers. You depressed the hell out of them. You broke their minds, greed hell. That's what you did. And so you don't deserve them. They moved on is all. The devil possesses some of them become really wacky. You turn them. You convince them that God doesn't exist anymore. You convince them that the better world isn't possible. That's what you do. But it's all wrong. And that's what I'm about. And I don't care how negative you want to make it look. I am a believer. I know it's wrong. I know this world can go straight up and humanity can be so empowered. And I know America's job is to do that. And I'll die trying. That's how much I believe in it. Or we'll make it there. Or I'll die trying. Either way, it'll be a life of purpose and value for me. This crap we have going on now, that's no purpose and value. Nope. That's hardly living. That's people clamoring to the little bit of life they can get on the weekends and generally being sad and depressed and dying in a world where they've been empowered with new technology and ability but not seizing the moment. That's what I see. Yep, I think we're headed up. What right now at 382.91, we'll just have to continue to see what's going to happen here. I think we'll come up on top of this. We still have some ways to go. I know that, the SPY right now is at 440.53. We have AMC 35 coming up on 35, so that's a good sign. I think that Moderna is going to come up here too with it. As so far as portfolio value for the day, I'm down 4,800. It happens. I'm still way up. I've got 5,700. I could turn around and exit out of everything and be just fine and come back another day. That's how it works. There's opportunities. They go up and down. And but generally the market, if you just were invested in the market, like even in Bitcoin sort of captures that moment a bit. And if you're in the crypto market, and if you're just in the markets generally in that they're going up generally, you'll do great. But the big scare to that is the work that these short sellers do. And it's hard to sit on it. It's easier to just give it a break, come back. You don't want to be sitting in front of it all the time, because it's got a little work. There's no sense in like clamoring over every moment of that. So I'm not going to continue doing that either. And I think that I have confidence in it still. And I go to the message boards over on Moderna, on the Webull, and I keep them honest. Yeah, see, this is where people, that's up to them. I don't like selling at the bottom. Yep. You have no time crunch. And if I have no time crunch, I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed either way, but yeah, let me see comments here. Okay, Bitcoin price right now. We got this Bitcoin. Let's move it over to the other board here. Actually, we'll take it to the Coinbase. Oh, I don't have Coinbase on this one. And I don't do that, so we'll just do it on here. Let's see what Bitcoin is right now. Yeah, it's going up. That's good. Let me tell you what my other account is. I'm going to go on a Coinbase and let you know. Yeah, it's gone up. It's at 3,400 right now. And that's an increase from, it was at 3,200. And let's see Cardano, because I like Cardano also. That's at 214. I hope Cardano goes up to like $10 soon. That'll be a bunch of rises, won't it? And quite frankly, I was reading to see how far I think it go, like if it goes the distance, and I think Cardano will end up around. And keep asking questions like that. It puts me on a direction rather than just mulling over Moderna. Yeah, I think it's consequential to the larger market also, but I think that it can go up to about $10, I'll say. And the only reason I say is they have like 45 billion of these coins out there. And so, it's really got to, I think it's it might even be more than that. I got to check that again. But it's a bunch of coins, right? And so that makes it harder for, to see like 100x. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the next at least like 20 to 50x. Which coin is that? The one that's young and it's going to take off, maybe. Good chance. A lot of people are talking about it. The same people who were successful when they talked about the other ones, now they're talking about this one. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm not deep enough in it. Maybe someone has enough knowledge that can use that recipe that I just gave you to help us find a good coin. And if so, then our group will be able to find that right coin, and maybe we'll get the 50x we're looking for. Because Bitcoin's giving that. Crypto is giving that. And they even say Bitcoin, they expect it to go to $1 million. Well, then of course, crypto is going to go up and everything else is going to go up. And as the money supply goes up, yeah, these things go up. Even though as the money supply goes up, funny enough, inflation doesn't go up as high as the money supply does. But crypto seems to rise with the money supply. It's not so connected to just the inflation. However, inflation numbers do help spur on the crypto development. So I was kind of negative on crypto because I'm such a believer in America. I'm such a believer in the Federal Reserve. I want a strong Federal Reserve. So when it comes time to build that new world of abundance, that we have the capital to do that. We have the power and the strength that we can make it happen. We're not begging people to be investing in it. We could just get it done. And that people are going to vote for that. They want that progress. And because we're making progress, it won't cause the nasty inflation you think it would. That's what progress is. It's because it's so much progress for so little cost, it's really just recognizing where we should be anyway. That's why it's like a natural push. Because right now we're falling to the dark side. We're going to have barbarians taking over us soon. So watch out for that. Those barbarians, they will kill the weak, keep the pretty, cage them, and they're not thinking about human value, okay? Put it like that. This the devil's world working when it turns into that. So we need to take care of each other. That's why we need healthcare, dental. Dental needs to be included in healthcare. We need to make our people as hopeful and happy as possible so they're filled with energy, helping to build that new world we need. This is how we need to be thinking, not these used up, broken politicians. They deserve to go on vacation for a very long time and let people in there who are from the bottom but smart. They've been through enough of the conditions. They realize that everybody's part of the success. Billionaires aren't bad. Everybody was tainted in greed hell and thought bad and did bad things. Think like your children. They think a little bit better, okay? For once, let's look at them and try to do their way, except for use our life's experiences, talent, ability to see the problems, understand and compute, and actually solve those problems with love and care. Children ask, I don't understand, why aren't we all getting along? And adults say, it's a complicated world. Learn to beat the shit out of your neighbor. And so we better start working on that, man. And I mean fast. People, they're programmed to respond in that loving way fast. To get that dark in that dark way, people have to get bitten up at times. And trust me, if you're a lover openly in this world, just well, you need help, here you go, you are going to be eaten up so quick, and they'll turn your heart black. That's why I say it's important to do love and truth at the same time. You can be a lover, but you have to bring truth with it. When you see that devil coming to break you down, call it out. Even people they constantly hit you. Oh, you got money, but really they're okay. No, you see how I'm living in a van dedicated to bringing in the better world? Yeah, we can all use money, but you see how that is? Why don't you be dedicated to that, and then we'll all have, instead you've just got done taking money, and you're turning people into, it's not problematic too much helping someone. This is a small example, though, because I see that happen a lot. People, they make it a career out of conning people out of money. They're scams. And they make it a career out of just pulling more and more money. And you see it a lot. Now, they'll use calamities. If somebody knows, like, for example, the problems happening in the Middle East. Now you got people who are just fine. They have internet. They're contacting you. And they're saying, hey, I'm all in. They'll show pictures of things that they took pictures of. Sad stuff. And then you feel sad. You give them the money. But then later you learn, oh, that was a scam. It makes you harder. And so we have to reject the hardness. When we help, give with a giving heart. Do help a lot. Give with a giving heart. But don't allow yourself to be eaten up. That's what truth is. Truth will tell you. If you allow yourself to get eaten up, you will become worse off for it. And then we lose another lover. No, we got to protect that love. And here's the best way to sum it up all together in just one shot. Love and truth works. Love by itself is nice guys finishing last because they get taken advantage of quick. And truth by itself is Adolf Hitler. Nothing but an interpretation of the problems and a quick solution of them with a hammer. Even though that wasn't the best solution, because the truth would have it, in humanity, we don't hammer our people and end up better off for it. It hurts us. But that is their reckoning of the truth, because they're so blind in the love part of it, they forget that that's part of the truth too. So they're also pessimistically true, in a sense, thinking like the devil. So both by themselves are wrong. You get love by itself, it's wrong. I mean, it'd be nice if we could just do that. Maybe in the world of love and God and truth, that'd be a lot easier, and I'm sure it would be. And that's ultimately what we want to be. But then we get hammered. So that hammer, boom. And we can't be hammered. We'll die. That's what it's. Remember, greed is out for one thing and one thing only. When you get deep enough on it and you dissect it and you see all the things it's doing and the corruption and everywhere it is, greed is out for death for humanity. That's it. It wants to go backwards, and it wants to go till you're dead, right off a cliff. And when you know that, it really sets the pace clear. And so you figure out you can't be loving and win. And if you be a jerk, you personally win if you be greedy. But then all of us fail together, so eventually you do too. It's a bad recipe for hell. And, who wants to be the best in a dying world? That the better off you are, the quicker the world dies. Greed don't work like that. It doesn't work. And so it's a bad omen. It's a bad way. It's a poor idea. And it's really all people out for themselves. Anytime you get, which we're a social species, and we end up turning in a very powerful way, in a sense, all man for himself, we're in trouble. That means we're definitely in a decline. That's not freedom. That's not empowerment. They'll sell it as that, but that's not what it is. And so we got to get our act in gear. We need smart people who see through this thick crap with ease to explain the situation. And I've looked for that, to be inspired myself. Trust me, I don't want to run out there. It's not even popular. People are such jerks. And they're looking for, the wrong things in politicians. And so this problem runs deep. So part of really getting it fixed is pounding through people the truth and letting them see in their own lives, hey, I remember those seeds were put in my head. They are really true, Oh, wow. And you'll see over and over again. They're over and over again re-implemented as being true. And you'll come back, wow, that's really true on one special day. And eventually, you'll realize this world is a farce the way it's going. And people realize it already. But when you have the truth, what could be better, the beautiful thing is you become hopeful again. And that is something that you cannot fake. That's faith. Faith that the world will be better and that God is looking out for us in some way. Because, when you see the world dying, you often say to yourself, why would God put us in such a world? And I grappled with that question for a long time until I realized that no, it's actually the literal interpretation of love and honest truth. That's being so compassionate to a fault and being so honest with yourself and with the world and so truthful with your words to a fault, remembering that both are equally important. If it's true that someone's hurt and we're marching along, it would be quicker if we just killed them, then let's just kill them because it'll save us all time. That might be true, but our compassion tells us we cannot do that. Both are important. So instead, all of the people are helping that one, and now we're pretty much the same power and more powerful for it, and each and every person feels the love and the betterment for having done that. They feel also that if they're ever in trouble, they have a backing. Now they can charge as hard as they can to make this unit even stronger, because should something happen to them, they have a backing. This is how humanity works and is better. Not what we're doing now. Every man for themselves. It's crap. And it's not what humanity's meant to be. Not at its best. And if you agree with that, then I think you get it. All right, let's see. Wow, this thing is really going. Is that its top? We're still looking at a top here on Bitcoin. Okay, no, it's come down a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and step off of that. Any other ones you want to see? What else did we have out here? Oh, okay, really, Jason? Check that out. Jason says Moderna got an upgrade. Good news. I'm thinking about pulling in the shade. I'll see it. That should help with my air conditioning, but I like to capture the sun. So ultimately, when I'm moving around, this is not a problem, right? I wouldn't be sitting here. And plus, too, I'm going to get Happy Force 1 going eventually. That is the absolute endpoint plan for Happy Force 1. Yeah, I mean, it's very, very sad. You know what I mean? And so look at here. This is another one of these. And I didn't even realize this, but just as we were talking about that, one of these Gaza help me, I'm in trouble posts. And the funny thing is I'm open to being friends with people, but people will befriend you just to get money from you. And I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed, that's taking advantage. And then, no, because you could be a complete con artist, and most of them are. In greed, hell, they are. See, in God's loving world, they wouldn't be that way. People would be cared for, and if, God forbid, somebody was left out or left without or screwed up somehow, they would be lifted up. That's a stronger world. I know it is. You think, oh, well, if we help people that are in trouble, then we're making people deadbeats? No. That's not what's happening. You're empowering the world and making them more free to pursue their heart's passion. That's what freedom is. What do you think you're here, to sit on a rock and you want to be free to do that? Give me a break. So there's Moderna. We'll go on that in just a second. Let's see. Let's look at our other stocks, and then we'll jump on Moderna. And also we're looking for an upgrade. Okay, so Doge. It's 0.305. Okay. Tesla down 677, costing Meaty McGreedy some money. So, I don't mind that too much right now. Meaty McGreedy, the guy's worth so much money. He's trying to be governor. They're actually starting to notice him now. I mean, this is actually how greed hell works. ignores the best, loving, most capable people. And while greed hell does that, it props up the most greedy, self-centered liars. Why do you think we get the world that comes out of that? It's impossible, really. All right, so we have, let's see, NVAX is at 225. So it's still hovering there. Things aren't crashing the way they thought. Let's see Google. Google's always doing great. Man, I'll tell you, it seems like Google's just too expensive to get into, but nope, it's the company. Man. And it's not because of really how valuable it is. It's because of how useful it is in people's lives. That's what these markets are based on. That's why Moderna should possess a lot more value too. See GameStop, 155. See, they're keeping it up. That's not a pump and dump. Even when it's hard, they keep it up. See, this was more like a pump and dump, in my view. I don't know for sure. I think I would think that way more. SNDL, boy, that one there is one that's been, man, these people on this, there's a lot of people backing this thing, but it just has a problem breaking $1. It got up to $4 once. Oh, okay, Jason. So maybe that's not true that they're having an upgrade. But it doesn't matter. Moderna, as it is a $500 company easily per share. And should be more, I think, heading more towards the $650 range by the next earnings. You know, Delta really wasn't fully implemented in it, and it's only getting worse. I mean, this is insane. It's getting obvious to people that a year and a half after COVID began in our lives, it's not going anywhere. This is going to be a consistent thing. So you'll have to get used to getting your shots and stuff, or you'll be open to getting this awful disease. This is the world that we have coming out of greed hell. So do thank greed hell and, just realize what it's coming from. Because we need empowerment. Empowerment would mean we can solve all this stuff. That's why I'm big time on Moderna and the things that will help us solve it. But you know what? The killers are out there. They're out for death of America and every single one of her children. And I'm part of that. And I'm on the front lines. So I'll be one of the first to go. Proud to say. I don't want to see all of everyone suffering. So by the time the real ugly suffering comes in, those will be the dirty bastards who maybe did it all. And sadly enough, that'll be a sad thing to see. They'll be saying, we should have done better. Oh, what did we do here? But it'll be too late. They didn't let humility guide their heart. They let their greedy side take over, that devil. And they thought, well, it was fair game. Nobody was helping me. It's all how a human being thinks. And that's why we need to take care of people. Build that better world. If I was heard by the masses, we would change, I guarantee you it. Because I would challenge every last person of the masses to give me a better reason why we shouldn't do the things I am advocating for. And I want to get into debates. They wouldn't let me do that when I ran. No. And these kinds of truths don't just get to get heard because they're right. That's how greed hell is. All right, let's go ahead and jump on Moderna. All right, so we're still holding above 380. They can't knock us down, though they try. And, that's the thing. They ought to just quit trying. It's costing them a fortune. And that's the thing. So we're only at 1230. Then we'll get a good rise going, as we already have. You see we rose off the bottom here. And then, then we've got some short attacks. And even in here, we've had some short attacks. Let's see. Yeah, volume's kind of just settling right now. They've depressed people, but we're holding on. And then just like somebody in the main room, they were saying, I have a 30% loss point. Once we get beyond there, I sell usually. I'm like, I don't know, but the way I look at it is you're allowing this depression to hit you. Moderna's coming back, and if you just hang in there, you could be a part of that comeback. I wouldn't. It's almost like it's kind of like the exact opposite of what you should be doing, right? Buying higher and selling lower out of fear. You're supposed to buy lower, recognize, oh, it's lower, and sell higher. That stocks are generally going higher, and that Moderna's already got to 500, and now it just needs to do some consolidating. That it largely done, and that it's ready to go up. What's holding it back now is a fake force. We know that. It's manipulation just to keep it at these prices, and it's holding on tight. I mean, think about it. Only $15 away from 400, and then breaking that and going back up again. And just to keep it there, they have to get the record numbers in short selling. That means for every actual share that's naturally sold, there's an additional 5 more shares that are fake short sells trying to make it go down. So the people that are buying in such ample numbers at this great price that they are driving it up and buying it all up. That's what's happening. And in a short seller is wrong and doggy for that. But the company itself is strong and healthy. So why would you sell? I don't understand. If somebody doesn't have a time crunch, why would you sell? Why would you sell at the bottom and you're not even on a time crunch? I mean, I'm looking at till tomorrow. And I got a big time crunch. And you've got unlimited time and you're worried about selling at this price? That's insane to me. What do you think about that, Jason? They sell at this price because they have unlimited time. They own shares. But because it's at this price, they get scared and they sell. And all of this is fake. You know it and I know it. It's all manipulation. And they do it. I don't get why. They really do it. And they sell, and that's how the short sellers destroy companies right there. That's what it's made of. It's all manipulated, and it's really incredibly wrong, but that's what they do. I think it's going to backfire eventually here, and Moderna's going to fly. I just hope that I'm on board when it does fly. Oh, I'm sure I will be, but I hope it happens today. I hope it gets to above 400 today, and I'm holding hope. Of course, it's a fight. We're not out of the game. Are you kidding me? Moderna's bulls showed up today. They were pounding this stock. So it's far from being out of the game. I mean, somebody said in there it was going sideways. There's no short selling. That's what Moderna made it look like. I mean, we were obviously being pounded, though. If only they knew. Yeah, they tried, but they failed. The short sellers were pounding it. They weren't helping it today, but yet they failed. They didn't get the bust through. I liked your picture, Jason. The one where you had your smoke in front of you. You just look like you're having such a great time, a big smile. Man, I love that. You're a handsome dude, man. You're a good guy. And that's what the world of God's love puts out. And people shine when they do the right stuff, you know? And I just want to see more of that world. So bad. Honestly, it brightens me up. It really does, to see the world become better. That's why I either want a president that's going to do that for us, or damn it, one of us that understand it to just go do it. And if it has to be me, fine. And it's not one of those jobs I look at and say, oh, I'm better than you for it. And I intend to make sure everyone realizes that. So it really has to be an inspirational job, a selfless job. You're not, and that's how you get to build. Either you get to build the strength in everybody else, or you get to build the strength in just yourself. And I'll tell you what, if I did become president, that would be a lot more than I would have ever expected in life. But I would sure use the opportunity to do what's right. And I know that people would be 100% for that. Because for one, I'd explain it very well. I'm very good on my facts, and I would help them understand what's needed. And then two, I'd have the unity to get it done. They would give me the unity. I'm confident the American people would give the unity. But they're not the way good words are hidden. But if good words had a chance to get out there in a world of greed, hell, because all words, the only words that get out are the words that are paid for. And that's not a recipe for success. But if somehow my words were to get out there that, yeah, they're not paid for, but I'm committed here every day talking about them. In fact, I want to take this show, down that road a lot more. I know sometimes it runs off greedy investors, but all people are people. And you could even invest and not be working for the devil, effectively, and make lots of money and be able to do good works for other people in life, empower that position, and make the world a better place in your own way. Building a business is doing that. You know, if you're serving to the community and you're providing something very useful and you are innovating and empowering people, it's so important, and that's what the world should look like. And, you know, multimedia, that's a gift for everybody to be involved. You know, and that's really what the future is too. You know, once we get people into human work, they won't be so busy being slaves, and more people will be available to both be audience and to be putting talent out and content. The human structure will matter so much, so people will be debating what's best for our future, things that right now can't even get the day of light. And multimedia would play a big role in that. Everybody would have an opportunity to be a star. Everybody would have an opportunity to do good things and to live out their passion. Everybody would have an opportunity to do all kinds of great things and be appreciated by others for it, who are not trapped in thankless, awful jobs that we have robots doing that shit. You're a living, breathing, sentinel being. We have the ability to have robots that don't have to experience that hard work do that work. You don't personally have to spend your time as an observer of life living there. You're supposed to be building the new world with us and using every tool we have to do it. Sorry, and nothing to be sorry about. That's great news. But for some people, they don't get it yet, you know? They think that working our way to the new world is themselves pounding hammers as fast as they can, themselves collecting trash as fast as they can. No. Getting better is about advancing. Please stop with this hell. And we're investing in this hell. We can't do that. That means we're guaranteeing. And they say that the goal is to get jobs. I don't agree with that. I think the goal is to get people out of their jobs. They don't even want to go to work. I think the goal is to get people into working for humanity, the better world. I think the goal is to build that better world, realizing that humanity realizes their new value that they don't have right now. And that'll only come through people having that option to become better. First, they have to have the option to become better, and then they have to take that choice. That's where freedom gets to have unity. Freedom gets to have advancement. So it's smart to do that. If as an individual you want to be empowered the most, first go to your brother, and then you'll be able to do the things you want to do on your own. But right now, you're not empowered on your own. You might think you are, but you are not, trust me. None of us are. We could have so much more. And so modernity's at 383.25. That's good. That's a push up from when we last looked, huh? Modernity. She had a nice little push right there. And that's it. We'll stick with it. We're not going to be little cowards. And if I lose a big chunk of money today, fine, so be it. I don't want that. Trust me. I've got goals, different things I'm working on. But, you know, God is in power. And we're just kind of riding along for, you know, we make the best of it. We do our part. That's what we can do. And that's all I'm doing. And so people often, they look at the presidential run, the last one and the next one that's coming. It's not here yet. Thank God I'm not a candidate yet, because I talk about it. That's about it. And, you know, when that happens, it happens because it provides hope. Otherwise, we don't even have a choice for that better thing. They're not giving it. I don't see any of the other candidates giving it. The other no-name candidates are not giving it. A lot of people just are really focused on the greed hell version of life and trying to find solutions there. No, greed hell's a failure. It's never going to give you the solutions. You don't even recognize it as being what it is. We have something above all these governments, and that's whether you do things with greed or love. We're pre-programmed, brothers and sisters. We operate off of two forces. That's it. Either greed, which we do just for ourselves, and we operate on that, or we operate on love. Those are the two actionable forces. That's why it takes love to make unity. Love is the action force. You'll move for it. There's only two forces, greed and love, that'll get couch potato off the couch. There's only two forces that gets humanity moving, greed and love. So you have to choose one. And in this case, humanity chose greed. And maybe it was in time in the past without as much technology and ability and yada yada that we had to make certain things. We could have done love much better, of course. Greed is a death force. But and then that's our challenge now. We have more capability. We can show people they matter in real ways. And if we lose that ability and we never seized it when we could, then I think the next best one at greed hell would be China, who's really putting to good effect their grip on people and forcing them through technology to fall in line. And they're getting a unity too. It's not a very beautiful one. I really hope America can get its unity, because the one with the unity is going to win. And so I hope America can do it, man. Maybe we can. I'm trying. Remember that. The one with the unity is going to win. That's why that love force is so powerful. But the one for China, they're not doing it in a willing way. But that unity will still be strong, because unity always is strong. But it's a broken unity. The people that are part of it are not really motivated. They don't have good morale. A lot of them are just doing it because they have to. So love is a much better force, and if we really hampered it up, we could fix all of our problems, and we can beat that weak force. That unity versus a love unity, no comparison. That's why love unity will create and build. Their kind of unity, it hampers down their creativity. They're not free to think. I never, even in my political groups, I always encourage no free thinking. Think completely in a full spectrum, but also listen in the full spectrum, and we'll be just fine. The truth will win. Nothing less than the truth will win. And me, I always budge for the truth. And that happens to keep me most truthful when I talk. But, and I could explain things very well. I see that animal quite clearly. For example, in greed hell, often people explain one side of something, but then it has no connection with the rest of the world, which means it feels like it's not true. And, but with the knowledge that love and truth is, you'll see one connection and it makes all the connections. So people really could see clearly that it's true. We're at 382.81. So, you know, they really took the steam out of today, and 383.10. And so now we're going to wait for this afternoon kick once it hits to about 1 o'clock. I'm hoping to see an extra wind kick in on modernity. And if we can get that going, I think maybe we can pull something special out of this. And maybe what I'll do too is, and I am relaxed anyway, but let's just see here. We're on board. 34.95. We're moving. We're moving right now, folks. We're moving. That's great news. So maybe we can keep that up, and I think we will. I think we will. We are in a struggle. We're at 383.38 now. What happened? Come on, push it up. Oh, wait a second. 330. Maybe I looked at the wrong area. I thought it, maybe that's AMC's pushing up actually. Yeah, AMC's pushing up. It's going positive on the day. Like I said, that would have been a good position to get into, I think. And on Moderna, I'm almost wishing that I did sell out on my calls yesterday. That's for sure, no doubt about that. I wish I sold out on that because I would have been better served doing that. I mean, right now, oh, that's not both accounts. Hang on. Now it's going to look ugly. Right now it's down 4,800 for the day, and it's pretty much settled around that point. That's because things, lost a lot of value, yada yada. But that also means you can pick up some pretty cheap calls right now. And my goodness, they would grow in value considerably if this thing got up to where I think it's headed. There's some, right now we're sitting at, what's the price? 383. And you could pick up some $400 calls for $200. And that's not bad. I don't think that's too bad. I think I might do that while we're sitting here. Because thinking like that's going to be the way you save your account too. Yeah, I can do that. Let's go ahead and pick up one of those calls while it's down here. And every time I talk like that, it starts rising up rapidly. Let's see. I think that's a good call to get into. Yep, got into that. Let's see if I could buy one more of those. Because you could see on the day, it's not going to go much lower than that. What? Seriously? Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to think. That is a good bet right there. I think I'll go ahead and do it. It's gone down a little, so try and get it at that price. Did that go through? Gotta check. No rejected. Okay, 2 filled. Okay. Yep. Let's go ahead, both accounts in. Alright, so let's see how well it does from here. We're at 57.92 net liquidation, but I think we're going up from here. I think after all that attack, that's the most that they could do. And we still got tomorrow, and I think tomorrow can fly up. If today doesn't do it, I think tomorrow can do it. We're in a long and protruded battle at this point. Thank God we have more time on the clock because that gives us more hope. And I'm not really going to worry too much at the moment. Yep, this world has problems, that's for sure. And the stuff that's going on over there in yeah, I'm just looking at comments. And the stuff that's going on over there in Afghanistan, that's the worst, man. For right now, for people, for like massive amounts of people running into hell. I mean, that's a horror story, hell. Can you imagine hiding in the crevices of Kabul waiting for your Lord Overtaker to come get you and your barbarian to fix you up? I mean, girls got to be hiding and cowering in their mothers' homes and hoping that the bad guys don't come in. And all they'll be thinking about is how they were abandoned by America. As America's, planes were taking off, these Taliban terrorists were taking pot shots at it. Why are we? What the hell's going on here? That's certainly not protecting love. Yeah, Jason, thank you for that big bong, bro. That was pretty good. I like that you did that for me. Yeah, Techno, I hear you, brother. I'm just reading all your comments from earlier that somehow I missed. I didn't read them. And then the HIV trial, I read that part. There's more, though. Oh, yeah, Ryan says, if you have 10 haters and you're not working on number 11, you're doing something wrong. And you know what? That makes sense in greed hell, because people are working fear and they know what you're saying is right. So they fear you because you might make progress. And so they come to attack you because they have fears elsewhere and other things. They don't realize in the big picture they need this too. Not yet, anyway. They will. Yeah, things will come back, I think. I hope. I'm a hopeful guy. What can I say? I mean, maybe I should double down in all my positions. Yeah, we won't be doing that, actually. We'll just let it work. Yep, Ryan. I got you, brothers. Stinky fraudsters, that's what they are. Problems, yep. That's the friggin' market. It's crazy, Jason. I appreciate you guys, and I love you guys. And you know what that guy said about Discord? I really think I should jump in there right now. You guys are my fam. Let me give you guys some more. See, maybe we'll go do it together. And I'll put you on my... I'll send it on over. I'll let you see what I'm doing. We'll work on it together. Try and make a little progress today instead of just staring at the stock. Before anything, though, I think I need to get a drink. Make sure you're giving yourself all you need. Take your medicines. Take your get something to eat. Make sure you put something in your stomach so you don't feel bad later. You don't get a headache, or you're not groggy, grudgy, or anything like that. Drink a coffee. You know what I mean? Hang on to this day. And every day I remind you of you guys of that a lot, and then I give myself a moment to do the same thing. In fact, I'll probably go ahead and cook some lunch here real quick. Eat. Make sure you eat. You can't just go through the day not eating because you're busy with stuff. That's important. Passionate people, they do that a lot. They put themselves last. But if you want to run the distance, you got to take care of yourself, your body. Just like I'm a lot more alert today, my eyes are a lot more open, I'm making a lot more sense, I'm not falling out even though it's a little bit hot. I'm a lot more awake, I got my sleep. And that's so important, isn't it? You're not yourself, actually. So this world, hampers down on you. You work hard to make a difference, and you could end up, overdoing it, and then you don't get sleep. I realize that I'm a lot better to my viewers, to my audience, to the people I care about, to our group, fully awake and pursuing knowledge together, even like we're just talking about, rather than running with, by the way, you're looking at how I see when it's on my side, and these are all the different channels that it's coming from. And when I send a comment, it goes out to all the channels. And when you guys send out a comment, what it does is it upstate all the other channels on who's sending comments. So it's kind of interesting. And it's my way of kind of marketing, like I'm an unknown person that has some good ideas coming out. And it's like I'm coming into the human humdrum, I'm saying things that aren't immediately rewarded. Although I'm smart enough to know the things that are. Like, that's how I get some, I start getting some push. But I can't go too down. Like, I know what the things to say that would make big crowds. But it doesn't do us a service, because all you do is you're feeding into that dark energy. And the moment you change on them, they're all working on a propaganda bullshit. And so the moment you change on them, they disappear anyway. You're better off staying true to what's the truth. You'll build a better, more loyal, smaller at first crowd that builds in time, that gets you and understands you. And I think that's more important. I really do, at the end of the day. So I value that, and I value you so much. I mean, my goodness, beyond your knowledge and your measure of knowledge and greed hell. I mean, I'm in mind, in body, in soul. I'm already in that world of love. That's how I live my life. That's why I see it so clearly. But yeah, take care of yourself. Make sure you get a little bit of rest too at night. Make sure you feed yourself like I'm getting ready to do. So we're not going to shut down. I'll talk to you from a distance like we do. I got to quit smoking, and I will. I've been dealing with a lot of struggles myself. I tell you guys about them. I lost a brother this year. I put on weight after losing about 100 pounds. I got to get motivated again. I'm having some teeth issues. A bunch of bullshit. That's the world they put us in. So all of my energy goes into fighting back, getting us out of that world. All right, let me go feed my body. Take care of your bodies, guys. I'll be right back. Get a drink, eat something up, Make sure you take care of your body. It's pacing yourself in the race of life. When I move, I have to move in a way that I don't mess up I don't have a big place, so I move in smart ways. Okay, I got my food cooking, and I got my drink, so I'll come back here for a little bit. We'll chill for a bit. Trust me, it's a lot cooler in here than it is out there. Although it's a little warm in here just because of how hot it is in general. We are in Florida, plus my air conditioning could work a little bit better. Let me give you a better view. Yeah, I'll give you this view for a bit. My air conditioning could work a little bit better, so it is what it is. And I'll be challenging I'm 42 years old, and I'll be charging through life like this for pretty much the rest of my life. I can't imagine there'd be another way to go, maybe. But this fight's not a small fight. I committed to myself to a life battle here. We're at 386.12, my lovers. Things are looking better on the account. We'll just keep watching it go up. Remember, the God force, it's never with those devils. It's never with those devils. I'm telling you that. I believe in that. The way I look at it is I'm going to be president of the United States. That's where this energy's taking me. Whether it happens right away, or whether it takes another 10 years, or however long it takes for the people to see that, that son of a gun, he's right. And before they notice that, and then that's when it takes, and the message picks up, and when the suffering's great enough. And I hate to say it that way, but that's unfortunately what's happening. That's why I'm here in the first place. I can't take the suffering anymore either. And that's when we go boom, and we take over, man. The hell with this shit. And I'm serious about that. I think it's all gonna work out just fine at the end, and you get to see another view of your happy healer lover. And running as president, that's just how it is for me. I am your happy healer, baby. That ain't changing. That's a spiritual journey for me. I own that. It saved my life. And if it works good, it'll save everyone else's lives too. It's good fruit. So we're at 385.69. Let's take a look at this chart. Yep, look at that. Look at that. Maybe the idea is that we need to just, take care of ourselves, right? And then you're not worn out. Because when you get the good moments, you will sit there. I've done that before. And then I come out of it and I'm like, did I eat? Why do I feel so drawn out? That's the other thing about overworking your body, is what'll happen. You'll end up working as hard as you can. You're not getting sleep, and you start getting sluggish. So now for every hour you're putting in, you're only putting out maybe 30% of your output. That's not making headway. If you lay down, you'll get back to your normal 110%. You just need that rest. It feels like in the moment you're putting things off to rest, but no, you're increasing the quality in everything you do. Yeah, I think it has a good chance to rise up some more right from there, and that's generally what the stock wants to do. This crap where it's at right now, that's fake. Let's tell bulls where to go if they want to get some inspiration. Hey bulls, this is for you, period. If you need some inspiration, come to my channel, because we're talking about the reasons for hanging on, and maybe you need that, period. ModernaExcels on YouTube, period. Moderna egg cells. All right. So that 385.30, we'll go to the chart here. That's like the low point. We don't want to see it drop below that so that we can gain upper movement, ideally. Now, if we do drop below, I don't see it dropping below this marker that it's made throughout the day, this 80, just a few dollars less. It won't go much less than that. Although I don't expect it to, because we made this progress, and Moderna really wants to make progress, that's for sure. Although it has been dealing with a long and sustained short attack, which also, if the market is going down, then those shorts will have busy things to do elsewhere. But if the market's going up, then those shorts will be fighting us with more vigor. And one good way to kind of see how things are going on that way is looking at the SPY. And the SPY is sitting at all-time highs, but come down from them just now. And as the SPY came down, what did we see with Moderna? I'm just showing you what the truth is. What we see all the time, but many people miss for some reason. The SPY went down and we see Moderna go up is what we've seen. So there is a connection between that. If the SPY really did crash today, like everyone was saying, like we were seeing in the pre-market, then Moderna would have likely shot through 400, and that's what I was counting on. Although it doesn't need it. That's the beautiful thing about Moderna. It doesn't need it. It could still go up, even despite the short attacks, despite everything. But those short attacks are sustained, they're consistent, they're manipulative, and they're fake, but they're there. Let me go get my actual food. I'll be right back. Dun. Let's hope we keep that up there, huh? I'm looking right at it. And right now, it's 385.14. And it's going up. It's going up. Let's keep that going. I'll see you soon. It is sunny. I ain't getting my electricity. It is powering me up today. That electricity. All right, we're at 384.83. That just looks like some, normal trading volume, honestly. That people, they better make sure they feed themselves and stay in the fight. And that's what I mean by that stuff, to stay in the fight. Because these bears aren't going to get tired. No, not the bears. The shorts from the corporations that are doing this crap, they're not going to get tired. So somebody just said Moderna. No, okay, wrong one. Yeah, you're 41. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, you bet. You're welcome. And yeah, so the day before yesterday, that was a good day, man. That was a banging good day. Right. You're good, man. We're all good. We make our own choices. Just like me, I'm not a financial advisor. If you jump into a position and you make money on it, that's great. That's good. If you lose money on it, that's sad. But it's ultimately we're all responsible for our own actions. Just like in this greed hell, how we got here. And that's why I often say when I talk about greed hell, I say we have to own our own actions. That we see shooters that do the most awful things. They go in and they shoot schools up with little kids in it. And we have to look at ourselves and own our own blame for that, because we have some of the blame for that, because we let people grow up in the world of greed hell. So we get the world that comes out of that. That's just the way it is. And Abid wanted his Bitcoin. And I told you the Bitcoin price, Abid, you got to be patient. I don't look at the, talking here every second. The fact is, there's not enough talking to do that. Oh, but we do have a short attack now. See, so they wait when those moments when we're showing just normal volume here, and they try to attack. So that's what's keeping us down. The shorts aren't busy dealing with anything else. They can just work on us and keep it there and da-da-da. Their goal? They can't push it too hard. They'll cause it to go up again. Their goal is to day after day after day after day, as long and sustained. That's why you ever ask, well, what day are we going to do good? No day are we going to do good. Every day's a bear day. Don't buy that shit, man. Don't let them break you down. We got to charge. And we get a double good if we do charge. We get to take all that short money. Courage always pays off. You just need people to be courageous. So many cowards in this world. Now, people wouldn't accept how big of cowards that even they are. But there's a lot of cowards, man. And if that's what causes all this hell. That's because they don't have faith. People with faith are believers, and they're more ambitious, and they're also more courageous. Alrighty. Yep, I got everything I need in here. I could stay self-sustained for a week easy with all the comforts that I need pretty much. And all the extras too. Like I get my ice cream with my dessert on my meals. I have a banana that I'll have soon. They got us down at 381 here, these suckers, huh? They're pushing a little too hard. They're so aggressive, so greedy. We'll make them pay for that. People are getting a break and they'll be back in soon. They had to go take a break. Alright, I'll put you back where you belong. Boom. Boom. There you go. It's back where you belong. You see my din-din? All right. Yummy. Got my nice ice cold, delicious Diet Coke. I have my ice cream for when I'm done. Oh yeah. I have my coffee, nice and chilled. Oh yeah. I have my medical marijuana. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All we need now is for Moderna to do her thing. And it's still there, totally possible. Trust me, bears are not high-fiving. This is not a high-fiving day for bears. Honestly, we're all retail investors. I already told you, they get screwed. They're suckers. they're doing a job for the devil. They don't even know it. They're breaking down our progress. They don't understand the markets enough to see how it works. Smart people see that clearly. Elon Musk says it. Shorts? Why would that exist? How can you sell something that you don't even own? You know, like, there's fundamental problems in it. If you can sell something you don't even own and there's no limit to that, that's total manipulation. They made a way to manipulate free markets. They shouldn't have done that. They needed a way, is why they made a way. Get it? They needed a way. So, since they needed a way to manipulate our free and fair market, they did. They shouldn't have, because it was dishonest. But they did, because they needed that for their own good, to control us. You know, to keep us down, for one thing. Coming up a bit here now, but also to keep us in check. Can't let them get too strong. To keep their power strong. It's greed at its top-notch ability. It's how it kills. It kills hope and it kills progress. And you can't just say to somebody, try to be less greedy. Greedy was built. It was built in them as they accepted all that wealth. It's hard to climb up the success ladder in greed hell unless you're being cold and taking on, you know, more and more and more. It's never mind the people dying. You're getting more and more and more. My name's Meaty McGreedy, and only me matters. We're at 382.40. Yep, my name's Meaty McGreedy. I have all the answers and you're stupid. So go over there and get in your corner while I put on my pony show. And keep paying homage. That's what Greed Hell wants. And he monetized that. That's why I call him Meaty McGreedy. Because you see, a lot of people, they're popular, or they might have, you know, a couple million subscribers or whatever, but they didn't quite monetize that as well as Meaty McGreedy. He's pulling from every last one of these people, and when he does, he makes them more loyal to them because people in Greed Hell, their essence, you've heard that last week. I won't get into it again right now, but their soul essence comes from the money they have. And so when Meaty McGreedy has them give him their money, what he's doing is making them invest in him. And now if they fail, they get very upset, but they're easily blocked. They don't have a large audience. They'll never be heard. Nobody cares. Meaty McGreedy does this in the open. But for the people that win, now they accolades to Meaty McGreedy. He's the best. He got a Meaty McGreedy helped me make everything in life. And then Meaty McGreedy gets more people, just blocks the losers, props up the winners. If only Don Lapre could have had that model instead of if you just place one classified ad, then he too could have had all that success. Meaty McGreedy is a piece of shit, man. Now he wants to be governor. We do need young and new ideas, but we don't need young and the same ideas as has been always failing, but, you know, repackaged up in a fresh young face. No thanks. No way. That's not how I do it. I like to live life on top of the game, man, doing good things. I'm going to feel good when I go to sleep that, I'm right with everybody. I'm right with my maker. I understand how much we need each other. People might mock the very notion of being loving and stuff, but that's only in greed hell. We're at 382.18. They might mock that, but that's clearly a greed hell problem. And that's not a natural thing to mock love. People get hurt by love, so that's why they mock it. And greed hell, it's all the time. Everything. Relationships, marriages, everybody gets hurt by love. So they don't do love right. They put too much greed in it. You know how many times money destroys relationships? It's unbelievable. And that's what I talk about with Happy Healing. And then MoneyMantics is the system that would bring the whole country. And people say, oh, do you got a plan for the whole world? It's not my concern. I'm an American. I love the whole world. I love all those people. But that's love's agenda. Love is the only reason why any of this would happen. I think love would see to it, sure. That ain't my job. I sure wouldn't be making things worse, and I make sure America's safe. And I get us strong. And then we can help others. Once we have a system where robots are building everything, we have productivity, homes are built by robots, all kinds of robotic engineering and new development, and we have that kind of strength, and it's just a matter of pushing buttons to help other people in other countries, yeah, we'll help them. It's sad that people are caught up in that way. But we have that special gift. We could actually start entering that world now. Except for we have a few cancerous, greedy son of a bitches on our back, man. But the people, they're ready. They're so ready that they're out of balance and they're acting like they're going stir crazy. Lovers are dying on the streets. People aren't being taken care of. This greed hell is out to kill. It's serious. It's turning what could have been a heaven-like cooperative environment into this hell. Oh my goodness. So yeah, people just need to see that clearly. And the worst part is they do all of that and they pull the wool over people's eyes. Like the truth. All right, looks like it's coming up right there. I'm growing, so I'm just kidding. I'm not growing, but I need to eat. That's good. We didn't have my other flavor I like. I like the cotton candy flavor. Those are those dots, you get at Walmart. They're ice cream dots, and then I get the cookies and cream. I like that one, and I like the strawberry flavor, and I like no cotton candy flavor. It kind of looks like strawberry-ish, And then another one I like is unicorn flavor. That's pretty good too. Those are my favorites. Now a good smoke from the God's, yummies. Oh yeah. Can you hear it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Excuse-moi. We can do this, baby. You know what I'd like to do? Make a little home out of, like those Tesla cars, man. That would be cool. Like the new Tesla Cybertruck. I actually put one on order, but I sure can't afford it. I got to get Happy Force 1 done first. Happy Force 1 is just sitting there. And, I would have had it done. And I had so much work done on the other Happy Force 1. What a sad situation that whole thing turned out to be. I'll show you some of those pictures if I can find them. I lost so much in that. Moderna's going up. No, it's gone down to the next level. Oh boy, 179.01 and 379.01. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Moderna's having a hard time here. And that's because of these attacks. Look at this. They're brutal, man. That's why we got to get out of this world. Do we see it, brothers and sisters, or not? You see how brutal that gets? It's just doing its normal volume. This is its normal right here. 11, 16. And then they have to do that at this level. Like, what a piece of shit. I hope to God that comes back and hurts them. That it creates like that compression that drives it forward like a shotgun coming at bullet out of the shotgun. Just takes it to, 250. 450, just like that. Because these cocksuckers, these people took it too far. And look at this volume that we have here. And look what they did with our mom and dad's money. They did that with it. And I say what it is. They're not playing with their own money. No. They make money. That's the perversion. That's the perversion. There's always a perversion in greed hell. That's the perversion. It's actually your own money in a way from your family and everything. That's killing you. That's destroying progress. I know we're back in the 380s and I knew we would be, but that's dirty. They did that to make us psychological. Oh, now we got past it, No, you didn't. That would be hard to do in Moderna to continue that, but that is a dirty, dirty thing. And that's why we have to do and take care of this, man. Well, I'll tell you, we got to be like men. We can't do this. We cannot do it. And survive? No. And be happy? No. Can't do it. So then what are we living for? For shit? For hell? No. That's why we got to work hard. And that's why we got to be focused. And when I say an income for all, we don't get to have that by sitting on our asses. That's not a lazy thing. We got to have that before we can have the better world. We're not set free to work to build the better world because we're too busy being slaves for jobs. And we need a way to support ourselves while we're building that better world. Turns out building nice things don't pay so well. Love don't pay so well either. Those son bitches are dying on the streets every day. Oh yeah, don't ever look at a bum and think the same thing again. That's a broken person from the result of what greed hell does to lovers. Whereas in greed hell they look like the bottom of the pack, in the world of God's lovers, they are the all-stars. Unbelievable. What a perversion. Such a perversion. Living in upside down world greed hell is such a perversion. Turns out that's hard for people to accept. And I don't, what am I going to do? Change the truth? Well, that's what I want to do. But I can't do that until you hear the truth. Until you know the truth. You accept the truth. And then we're empowered to do something about it. But until then, we're trapped. We're going right off the cliff. With the left killing the right on the way. Boom, boom. Picture a car heading right off the cliff. And they're both punching each other in the head. That's us. Two people sitting in a car. In a convertible going off the cliff, punching each other in the head. You can see from behind what's happening. And they just won't stop. The punching gets worse. The hands are off the steering wheel. Nothing's being focused on except for that fight. It's unbelievable. And that's how come they get away with this. Destroying. And you could see right in front of your own eyes how on each day it's a consistent battle. I mean, this is not something that they did once and like, okay, we're hiding in a corner. This is a consistent, everyday, normal greed hell battle. And they do it every day. And it can't even be explained that, oh, we were just trying on one day. No, no, no. And that's what we accept when we accept this shit. The only saving grace is the truth is strong. It's not me. That's why I'm just a normal person who realizes the truth. But we all have value. That's the real truth. And we're squandering it away like shit. And it's a perversion on what the truth is. And so here are these beautiful, valuable creations of God just falling, and this like the best of them are dying. And I mean, it's sick. And we can overcome that. I mean, I know that's I know for some people that's not at my level. Like, I'm just thinking about it, you know. For me, it's just recognizing the truth. It has no effect on me. I'm still eager, ready to fight the battle. I know exactly what that battle is, and for me, that's comforting. But some people, man, it's like a shock to them. They run from it. And, you know, I just wonder, I wouldn't want to live in their shoes, man. What a confusing world to be in. Nope, I know what matters. People do. Yep, that's it. Done. They make it more complicated than it needs to be. Oh no, but people don't matter so much here. We can screw them here, right? No, yeah, right? And then over there we can, right? Just not here, right? No. We're all family. You're talking about freedom and empowerment? Well then yeah, you need to take care of people. But if you're talking about greed, hell, shit, death, dying, riding off a cliff, then yeah, you can screw them here and there, and that's exactly what's happening. You're trying to clear your conscience of that, but I say, hell no, you don't get to do that. You want to clear your conscience, do better. Then we get a better world. And I think people would understand that, because you know what? They're going to they don't, either one of them, none of them have unity. And unity is the only thing that's going to fix the problem. I mean, for all the rest of the bullshit that they go on about, unity is the only thing that has the power to fix that problem. So it's at 379.63. And I think we'll hold on strong despite all these continued and unjustified, uncalled for, unrighteous attacks that greed hell accepts against its own progress, until we get over this fighting with self, the left against the right, the business and prosperity and people against there's the top that's causing it all, so that they can control everything, you see. But then the bottom acts like they have no will to come over it. That's because they're not working on their love power, their unity, to become smarter than the problem that's above them. They appear so empowered, and they are, but that's why we have to come together even stronger. The real solution is going to be found at the bottom. If you want that special gift, and you're asking those people for it, the condescending people who have been so paid off, no, you're never going to get that special gift. You better get one of your own. And that's the truth. And that's who I am. That's why I'm doing that. You know, it's a long, steady road that I'm looking at. I'm not looking at tomorrow, the next day. I'm looking at a very long and steady road. It might come quick, and that'll be good. Better off for people if it does. That's all I got to say about it. The quicker the better, so that we can take the power that we have and implement it towards this great new world. It's very well defined. Because it's going to take investment. They're squandering every possibility that we have in the way they do things. And by the way, we're over 380. And when they squander our hope, they squander our dreams, where do they think they leave the human soul in at that point? You know, I said it on my speech when I was announcing and talking to people in you guys seen that video maybe. And I said, this is not about what's right for the left or what's right for the right. This is about what's right for humanity. And they want to confuse you. They want to get you thinking that their propaganda matters more, or that their issues matter more. But no, they don't. You matter more. I matter more. We matter more. And that's what they sell away when they do that. Confusion is a powerful force. That's how they win, through confusion. Just to be clear, it's all confusion. It's perversion, and it's the upside down world. How can you make sense of an upside down world? They built this. It's all constructed. Don't think that anything is by chance in this world. If it's by chance, it's because it's greed hell itself, and the dark energies in the dark alleys doing what it does. There's rapes, there's shootings, people shooting up schools. All of that is because we're in this general horrible state for humanity at a time when we should be so advanced. And so people are not reacting well to that. And, we go off the cliff quicker, in other words. In other words, it's the devil's working stronger in our lives. This entity most people don't even think exists. And, that's how it works and lives and does its best. And so what we need to do is get to the light, get out of the dark like the red, just like in stocks, and get into the green, where the fun is, where the better life is, where we can get people to come to the human party and enjoy life, be part of humanity. In other words, get the robotic engineering and technological world going. I mean, my goodness, it's so simple. Yeah, we need science. You better believe it, we need science. We got to build a new world of abundance. This is living in scarcity, and only a few people get to live in any kind of good life, and they're lonely doing it. No, we need the better world. Where people get to matter, and where we teach and talk and love about people and their value, and where free ideas get to flourish, that fear doesn't overtake the human heart. That's what we need. Anything less than that, and then it's us failing. And by the way, we're at 381. That's a beautiful thing. Let's go. Finally, maybe? Let's go. I'll tell you what, if you were an all-star, you just bought a call at 379, because we're going north, baby. Yeah, this is a life I can commit to and then find myself happy in greed hell. Knowing all this stuff and doing part of greed hell, I can build big businesses. I'm very smart. You know that. Come on. And what do? I step away from all of that and I pursue value. Human value. Because that's the better, stronger. And I believe it sticks. And for me, I have real hard. I'm grabbing onto something that's true. So I'm not pursuing career. And if this don't come out this week, I'm over it. If this don't come and turn out next month or 2 months, nah. This is a life endeavor. Watch out. And, that's the kind of thing that they'll never do. Greed can't compete with love when love is focused. That's the point. But that's why they put them in the upside down world. You have lovers fighting against their own interests. And I see it in the stock market, and I talk about it. Turns out I'm right, except for it takes a little time to see it. Sometimes it takes another 2 days. And, that's the thing. And you got to be very cautious when we're playing these bets that are literally it is gambling, hoping for the best so that we could do something better in greed hell. Greed hell is such a hopeless place. You can make every sacrifice in the world so that you could do something special in greed hell. And you're still hampered from doing that special thing. That's greed hell for you. You want more of it? Well, check it out. You're getting more. Take a look at Afghanistan. Don't tell me that's not going to spill over into America. Oh, it's spilling over. You don't get to screw up that big and have no consequences. We got the southern border wide open. They're making it harder and harder to deliver that special gift in America that America can currently afford. They're making it harder and harder to do that. They're, like I said, they're using human shields. They're throwing masses of humanity. These evil, and I really do think they are, those people referred to them as world domination types. They are like Adolf Hitler, except for they use a different means, a more effective means. And like the cabal, they call them, or some people are more for nationalism. They look at this as being more for the world. I forget how they call it, but you know what I mean. Globalist. They call them globalist. And that sounds like an innocent term or whatever, but ultimately we might actually be globalist. That's not for me to determine. I told you, if I ever make it to the top spot, now, I'm not looking to make a globalist thing out of it, but at the same point, it might ultimately become a globalist thing because love chooses a lot of things on its own. But that would be God's loving world coming into play. Well, you could trust that force being at the top. If you put this greed hell at the top, we're screwed. That's why I said, before you get anything, you have to deal with what power you want to go with. Greed hell or love. They're both the do forces. They're both the action forces. Before you can get into any of the various governments and yada, yada, yada. Now, I think that freedom is paramount. I think that, you'll find that that's where you'll ultimately end up. But love is the guiding force to start with, will always get you to the best one. It's a matter of, people coming together, doing what's better for people. And so eventually you'll always find the better things. And I think the great one right now that's most empowering is just like how we do it. Our free markets, having just the way we are, but empowering our free markets to go to the roof, and then putting the cost of supporting humanity on it. Do you understand? Yeah, quite simple, right? Let it grow, but making sure it takes care of its humanity. That's why it's there, and that we grow and become so much bigger and better and stronger, and that people are really freed up from the death that we see everywhere. And our dollar will grow stronger for that. I mean, just like any army in history, when you invest in that people, when you invest in those ways, or their ability to fight, for example, and the soldiers love each other, they're well fed, they have good, hygiene, good, everything is top notch with these guys. Well, they're going to fight better in the field. They're going to be more loyal to the cause and to the commander. They're going to have like the short sellers and all that crap. And you're just allowing it to